Ben's urbancing it up.
Right.
Greetings, gentlemen, and Frank. Behold, I made love to this lawnmower, and on second thoughts, why?
Yeah, maybe it was something to do with science.
No, she was drunk. She didn't know what she was doing.
My ass has finally decided to eat. My hand, it hungers for more. Fucking Aqua Teen. That show's great.
I just love how those have nothing to do with the rest of the show.
Right.
Wait, yeah, how much you guys want to bet though? Like in a week or so, or whatever, Frank's gonna be like, "Yeah, so I had to switch to monitors because I ended up getting whiplash."
Whiplash! I was going ow.
Nah, this is.
You know, Frank, when you have to look up like that, you instantly look like a little child looking. Oh, okay. What? If every time you try to act, you try to answer something all serious, you'd be like, so, I love how you have the big glasses so it reflects, so you just look even more like Millhouse or something. Everything's coming up, Millhouse.
YOLO family, Frank.
Yeah, do you?
You got to.
Why?
PART. Why? Because I gotta.
Oh yeah, did you hear, Ben? They're doing another Mask movie, The Revenge of the Mask.
I heard
this one's actually based off the comic, though, not the original movie.
Wasn't it a fan film? Because
they made a fan film, but there's a this is a professional one.
Oh, so that was like a pitch that got them a professional one.
No, this is not related to that at all. Completely different thing.
This is like more serious, which apparently that's how the comics were. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, the comics were darker.
I watched the Nostalgia Critic thing about it back in, a while back. Why so murderous?
So let's go around the table here. Ben, since you're the guest who probably won't stay that late because date night, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been hanging out with my babes. Say hi, babes. She's visiting for a while. Vacation
for the duration.
Well, the duration of her visit, I mean, but yeah, she's saying howdy. We're hanging out, and
how diddly do.
Howdy ho there, neighborino.
You guys listen to that metal band that's Ned Flanders themed?
No.
Oakley Dokley. They all dress like Ned Flanders. Yeah.
Heard of them, but no.
Yeah. Their videos are on YouTube. You should check them out.
Right. So what have you been up to, Ben?
Well, we went to the airport and picked up Solange the other night, and today I showed her the office, and we stopped at Chipotle for some dinner, and it's date night, so we're just hanging out talking to you guys. And Frank's craning his neck.
Crane style.
I'm sorry, it just reminds me of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, where they're looking up at God and go, "My God, nice job on the universe."
Right. So, what's Ian been up to?
What have I been up to?
What, you're not going to ask Solange what she's been up to?
I've been on vacation.
Yeah, Frank, what the hell?
Well,
she said she didn't want to be on camera. Ben kind of caught us up to.
Just reading. Let's see. I've started school. I'm on vacation. Life is good.
How's school going?
It's going good.
What are you going for again?
Medical transcribing.
Oh yeah.
And what kind of stuff do you do with that?
Transcribe medicine.
Notes.
So
just transcription.
What drew you into that the most? Are you just like helping people, or?
More just that initially it was that I was dealing with some medical issues, and it was something that I could work in and around that. And when I was let go from my job for no valid reason, I decided to update and do that for a while. Yeah.
Well, talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back.
Oh no.
Well, Ian's got to go poop, I guess. So,
That was abrupt.
well, Frank, why don't you tell us what you've been up to?
Well, because when Ian comes back, he's gonna have questions about parts of it, and it'd be no point.
Well, why don't you tell us some interesting stuff that's been going on? What have we been missing since we've been away?
Not much. The new Fallout beta came out, and I played that.
Have you seen the Fallout board game?
The what?
The Fallout board game?
Yes.
I saw that at Target, and I was like, I could get that for Frank, but he'd have to not be an asshole first. So
I have a Fallout version of Operation.
Well, all right then.
That's pretty much what I said. I was like, oh, okay.
So, yeah, we found some. We've been doing a little bit of shopping here and there. Solange and I, we went to Walmart yesterday, and she's checking out all the different stuff that.
Do they have those in Canada?
Yeah, but our cereal selection is crap compared to yours.
Well, she was freaking out at the price of cheese here.
Oh my god, it's so cheap.
Well, I
Less
mean,
half of what we pay.
well, the president's trying to get in on your guys' dairy market, so you know.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah, that he wants that in the. He wanted that in the trade agreement.
Well, he's saying they're going, give me your cows, Canada.
Nope.
No, he says it like because apparently they have a closed market, and I'm like, well, yeah, it's fucking dairy. It's only good for so many days. I
It's
mean,
like us having the pawpaw market, you know?
Have the what?
Remember the pawpaw plants?
yes.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, I mean, we have cornered the Buckeye market pretty much. So,
I mean, maybe.
it is what it is.
I mean, no one's actually eating those though.
It's like Florida, you know, cornering the Florida guy market.
Well, Florida and Georgia are all about the boiled peanuts. You can't go there without seeing a fucking sign for the boiled peanuts.
Is it Georgia where they take peanuts and you put them in the Coke bottle?
I don't fucking know.
What you chugging there, Frank? Everyone matters. What?
It's we have a segment on the show where we discuss that, so don't worry.
Well, I was talking about the cup. Is that one of those political statements like all
No.
kind of
No.
thing?
No, it's something that I don't want to advertise, so that's why I put my own sticker on this side.
Oh, so it's like that round white bit. If they were paying me to tell you what kind of whiskey I was drinking, I'd have it in their bottle instead of mine.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, it's something I don't want to share, so I just put a
it's your secret fuel.
yes. Drinking that Haterade.
Okay.
I wonder if Nate came in or if Ian had to poop.
Yes.
Or maybe Nate came in and Ian pooped on him.
I don't know. I've been away for so long. I don't know how their relationship's going.
Well,
They might be friendly. They might be pooping on each other.
you know, they could be really lonely and just decide to take it in the butt, you know, instead of dealing with girls. Isn't that right, Ian?
Nothing wrong with
I'm back.
Nothing wrong
He
with
has no idea what he just agreed to.
liking girls if if that's
Sure.
your thing.
But I said I wonder if Nate's there or if Ian had to poop. And Ben's like
No.
both. And I go, yeah, Nate's there and Ian had to poop on him.
No, I schedule my date nights around Friday.
Oh. And then I said, well, hold on. I was like, yeah, maybe Nate and Ian got tired of looking for girls and just decided to do it up the butt.
Oh. No, I haven't seen him for a long time.
I mean, that's really the ideal situation. Be like, look, I can't get a girl, you can't get a girl. We're both really close. Why was
Or
he
you
do
could
this
use a
dance?
plastic vagina.
Huh?
Or you could just use a plastic vagina.
Yeah, but that could cause friction, Ian.
Was it David?
lube.
Or rubber.
Was it Dave Attell who had that bit? He's like, "Oh, you watch gay porn? I just pretend it's two guys that got there early."
Two guys who got there really early. He's like, I even watch gay porn. I'm running out of straight porn.
Well, remember before Hugh Hefner died, that Holly Madison, leaked story that they'd be watching porn when all they'd have all the girlfriends pretending to do it around him, and they'd be having porn on the big screen in the room, and it'd be even gay porn to get him going. It's like, all right. I don't know.
They gotta do what they gotta do to keep the gravy train going, I guess. Well, anyway, Ian, I was avoiding telling what I've been up to because I figured you would have questions. So,
okay. Well, I'll just go through mine quickly because I really haven't gotten a whole lot done this week.
Me neither.
Kind of disappointed in myself. So,
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I'm just disappointed.
Oh, what was that dude from Hercules? Disappointed.
Sporbo.
You've seen that clip, right, Ben?
Oh yeah, I remember coming up on Hollywood Babylon with Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman. So
read the stage direction.
Well, remember they said George Bush Sr. read a stage direction during one of his speeches. So,
look wistful. Okay. Go ahead, Ian. What have you been up to, sir?
Well, I'm gonna as you know, but I'll explain it a little bit to Ben. There's an NVIDIA. You know who NVIDIA is, right?
I've had NVIDIA cards, Ian. I'm not stupid.
Well,
okay. And NVIDIA. Do you know what a graphics card is?
Are you in Europe? Do you need an adapter?
Do I need a sound card?
Actually, they did. I think it was, what was it, from last year? I don't know did we ever do an article on it, Frank, where they were trying to bring the sound cards back or whatever, and they did make a RGB sound card or something. I remember Linus did a video on it.
I mean, they got RGB speakers. Why the fuck not?
Yeah. But anyways, NVIDIA just came out with a new line of graphics cards. They're called RTX cards now instead of the GTX because they're they do ray tracing in video games and stuff.
Even though they don't right now.
Yeah, there's no games that support the ray tracing. It's
just like a demo that no one uses.
Right. It's probably worse than 4K, and what's another example of there's just no support for?
I mean, 4K. There is support for 4K though. That's the fucked up part.
Well, there is. I mean, there's.
But you're saying not
at the time, 100%.
Like when it came out. Actually. Okay, Hairworks, physics.
Yeah. Well, physics. I don't even know if you want to even talk about that.
Okay.
Physics was just. What games started doing physics now, I guess, but they just gave up on having it be its own card, I guess, It
was the main selling point of the game is it's this new fancy thing. No one fucking supports it yet. Buy it and pay extra because of it.
So, who wants to buy zip disks? Remember,
pretty much. These zip disks at least had a point. They were they didn't last, but at least they did something. I mean, these cards are out now. They're amazing, and
they're amazing. Period.
Yeah, but why you bring them up, Ian?
Oh, I'm just bringing it up because I plan on ordering one this weekend.
Which one?
I told you I want to get the MSI one.
Oh, okay, yeah, you did say that.
I heard NASA recently released 20,000 hours of recordings from the Apollo 11 mission, and they used the one machine that could decode the audio because there's only one machine left, and they used to have two, but they had to cannibalize one of them to use parts to repair the first one. So, they're
I'm kind of nervous though.
Why are you nervous, Ian?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ben. What were you saying?
Some old bullshit.
Gee, Frank. Maybe I should just leave and make out with my girlfriend. What do you think, Solange?
Sure.
Quit trying to make out with the iPad, Ben.
No, you were saying, Ben, about the thing.
NASA released 20,000 hours of audio from the Apollo 11 mission, where they went to the moon. And they had to use the one machine in the world that could decode the audio because it was the last one. They used to have two machines, but they had to cannibalize the one to repair the second one to repair the first one. So it's like good timing on getting those tapes converted, guys. I mean, I don't know. Better that than having everything on microfiche.
Right. I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. I like the stuff that's been on microfiche, but I've never actually dealt with microfilm itself. I've just seen stuff that's was on it that's transferred.
Well, that's the problem. Is like stuff that they put it on microfilm, and then they newspapers, libraries all over the world. Well, at least all over the country. When microfilm came out, they digitized their archives of newspapers, and then when the next thing came out, they said, "Hey, let's get the archives back out and make higher master qualities with this new technology." And they said, but we already made microfilm versions, and then we threw the old ones out because the hard copies because they were old newspapers. So the only surviving copies are in a lot of libraries are microfilm, and like the original Apollo, the Neil Armstrong walking on the moon, the original footage of that is lost because the footage that we've all seen was broadcast from basically a screen capturing on TV and project sending to the cameras, and they had to track down the highest quality of it that they could, because the original ones were taped over, just like all those old Doctor Who episodes and other stuff.
Because they just reused everything.
Well, we almost lost Monty Python because of that, because somebody told them, hey, your whole first series, is going to get wiped, and so they went and made copies and stuff, because otherwise we'd have no dead parrot.
Right. So what else have you been up to, Ian?
I was just gonna say I'm kind of nervous though about it, just because this is probably the most expensive thing that I've ordered online, and it's just I'm not sure if it's like with the RTX stuff, I'm just worried about it panning out.
Mm-hmm. Like being worth the gamble that maybe it'll be supported, maybe it won't.
Yeah, because I mean, again, we're going back and forth if it's slightly better than a 1080 Ti, and that is, you could get it for like, what is it, like over $100 cheaper, I think.
It's all over the place now. Around Christmas time is the worst time to buy PC parts because, like I told you before, I just keep shit on a shopping cart. And then all of a sudden it goes, hey, that bill that was $1,000, it's $3,000 now.
Yeah.
Why are you jumping on buying a thing, now when you don't know if it's going to be supported? That's like getting in on the Oculus Rift, Model 1.
Well,
I want to get a new card, so I need an update for my graphics
why
card.
Do a side grade when you can do an upgrade?
Well, yeah, but what, it'd be like getting Betamax, and the next thing you know, there's nothing for it.
Well, what do you want him to do, Ben? Go back to 8-track?
It is a gamble a little bit, but I mean, that's like any technology. It's you don't know if it's gonna pan out or if it's gonna become obsolete next year.
I mean,
is that on your rig that you're gonna be adding it or what?
Oh, you don't. I've been upgrading my rig. I still haven't put the stuff in. I don't know if I've showed you, but I've been trying to update it a little bit. I've got some RGB fans I'm going to be putting in there.
RGB.
I have a new cooler that I bought that is a liquid cooler.
Oh yeah, the Kraken.
The Kraken.
Maybe that'll keep the shit cold.
Yeah. So I can do some overclocking, hopefully. So we'll see how that goes. But I figure, why not do a graphics card too, And I was thinking about the 1080 Ti, and then I heard about the 20. 80, the RTX stuff, and I was like, that's pretty cool because also I might be able to, I should be able to utilize some of the ray tracing stuff for doing tracing 3D rendering for like my
will the
3D
super
stuff, you know?
sampling do anything for your modeling?
No, isn't the
That
super sampling just for the what is that again? Isn't that like like
I
how
thought it
it
was like,
detects the edges of things that are being rendered on screen or whatever?
I don't know. It's the latest and greatest according to Jensen. That's all we need to know. It's like Doug
Well,
talking about Apple, just the way God Apple intended.
well, I think it's how it decides to, like render like the pixels or whatever on the edges of everything, so it looks crisper or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I suppose if you're using it when you render out like something 3D into like an animation or just a still picture, it does sampling and stuff for the pixels too, because that's rendered out as pixels also, just like how games are on your screen.
Gotcha.
And so I'm sure that'll help if you're doing GPU rendering.
Well, I mean, also, plus you might as well go with the newer technology because there's no guarantee that they'll keep supporting the 10 series after they've sold them all. Their idea is they want to push them out the door and get rid of this backlog, and then they want to sell the more expensive shit.
Well, I think it ended up just, like, I don't think it ended up being like true or whatever. I don't know anything about that controversy where the newer drivers were slowing down the older cards.
I mean, the videos I had seen, basically, it was kind of a maybe, but only like 2 or 3 frames, and then they fix it right after anyway. I think
it was just a big stink.
Well, everyone has big fears because they're like, oh, maybe they're going to gimp the 10 series cards and only do the 20 series. Or people think, well, maybe after AMD comes out with their next shit, the 20 series won't live that long. And I'm like, the 10 series live forever. So, I mean, at worst case scenario, you're stuck with a card that's not a 1080 because if they don't support your card, they're definitely not going to support a 1080. So, I figure you'll get more life out of it.
Yeah. I mean, you could get a cheaper 2070, but if I had to choose between a 2070 and a 1080 Ti, I probably would get the Ti.
Yeah. I mean, I'm personally going to try and save up. I want to save up my pennies for a 2080 Ti, but. Whew. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, just for reference for Ben, this card that I plan on getting is like $850.
I mean, you gotta look at incremental upgrades. How much was your newer CPU versus your old CPU?
Well, when I bought the new CPU, it was 400, and my old CPU is like under 200.
So double. How much was your old GPU versus this new one?
Oh, I got that for what was like around 250 at the time. So it was, this is add on $600 more.
I mean, also they say that if you're doing anything graphical, gaming, or in your case modeling, then like your GPU should be the majority, the highest expensive part of your build.
Yeah, that's what I plan on doing with it. It's more of an investment for my work and some gaming because I do light gaming, but
right
with my gaming, I'm kind of a little bit more like Darth Vapor a little bit.
You're a Xbox, Sony Pony, whatever.
Yeah, just because I guess I'm not used to doing like all the Steam and setting all that stuff up. Usually when I do play games, it's just it's the game by itself,
Mario Brothers.
Well, anyone care to know what I've been up to?
Nope. So anyway, go ahead, Frank.
Station. No. I've been playing some Fallout because the beta came out. And I have a story about that.
Country road. Take me
Yeah,
home.
I was Fallout.
Hmm?
I was Fallout. You got to play it then?
Yeah. It's really good. It made it re-energized me into going, okay, so I need a better machine.
Or
Uh-oh.
changes.
Well, because when I,
Excuse me.
when I built my, this one, it was because I saw a trailer for Fallout 4 and I said, I want to be able to play that, which I can. But at the time, I had no interest in doing 4K. I had one monitor. Things have changed. So I'm building a list. I just that's really all I got going on. I mean, work and I was showing Ian before, I don't know if it was before the show or at the beginning, I put up more LEDs behind my monitor. I had some just behind my desk, and when the controller blew up, the adapter for the AC, I bought another set, and it turned out that was all I was missing. So I had an extra set of lights. So I just plugged them into the end, and they're actually powerful enough to still light up. So
Light it up.
light it up. But like they have the double stick on the back, but I'm like, okay, I don't know if this is exactly how my monitors are gonna be. Like I might change something. So rather than take the back off and make it glued down, I just stuck some tape on there. Wake up, Ben. Wake up.
Well, he's not used to having, like a game where it might not be, like his hardware might not support it, or, like he has to put it on real low settings or something.
Yeah.
No, I've had a Mac and run Windows games and had to could get them to run, but I prefer to run indie games. I don't I'm not too concerned with having the latest and greatest AAA titles.
Did you see that comic strip that was like a woman takes her baby to the doctor and says, "Doctor, my baby is so slow," and the doctor says, "Have you tried lowering graphic settings?" And then the baby's running around all fast and he's a blur.
Hey, babes.
My baby.
I ate a baby. So what is everybody drinking on tonight?
Hold on. Ahead of yourself.
I don't give a fuck.
I was trying to encourage Solange to watch
Soda Talk with Frank and Ian.
Huh?
I was trying to talk Solange into checking out Friday for one of our date nights, but she doesn't seem interested from the trailer she saw.
Wait, she's never seen Friday?
Nope.
She must not get the USA Network.
Well, considering she's in Canada land,
The name of the station, man.
I don't know.
Have you guys seen any new movies lately? Like, I just saw that Venom movie at the theaters.
Was it as big a letdown as I heard?
I liked it.
I heard it could have been better.
Has Shazam come out yet?
It was mixed.
Marvel?
What?
Has that Captain Marvel movie come out yet? I saw the trailer thing, and then
That's 2019, I believe. A few months before the actual second part of the Infinity War movie.
Okay.
Who's the director of Infinity Wars? I forget.
Oh, I don't know. I don't pay attention to that shit. That's just like Steven Spielberg or something.
Oh, well, I was going to say, because, with the whole gun thing, I didn't know who was directing what.
What did you think? Hey, Mark, what did you think of Ready Player One?
I haven't seen it yet. I have it. I just have not seen it.
I thought you were all obsessed about it.
Well, I love the book, but then everyone got me worried that because it's all about ego stroking and, dropping references and, remember this thing that happened and nostalgia overload? And I'm like,
Well, isn't that kind of what the book's about?
Well, yeah, but I figured I don't know if it would play well in a visual sense.
Oh.
Also, Frank, he doesn't watch a lot of stuff that he loves. Deadpool.
Anyway.
You haven't seen Deadpool or?
Yeah,
saw
you
the
guys have
first
seen
one.
Deadpool 2.
Oh, I haven't seen Deadpool 2 yet, but
Yeah.
I've been meaning
He
to.
loves the character, but he hasn't gotten around to seeing it yet for whatever ungodly reason. But then he just comes back at me, be like, Pulp Fiction.
I think the last new movie I saw was probably Solo, but I'm probably going to go see Bohemian Rhapsody with Solange when we go.
Gotcha.
Bohemian
Okay.
Grove.
Right. So what's everyone drinking on?
Well, I'm drinking myself. I'll go first. I'm drinking on some usual red Mountain Dew. It's called
Code
red.
Red.
Then I got some ice here, but I want you to guess what kind of ice it is.
Dentine Ice?
Um,
Ice Baby? Ice
cherry?
Mountain
Nope, it's strawberry ice.
Oh, you got me and shit. I poured
No, I
myself.
need to get more of the Mountain Dew ice, the cherry.
I poured myself 2 cans of regular ice, and then when I went downstairs, I said, "Hold on, I gotta go get another can," because I was drinking it before the show, and then I've got a Surge on standby in case I absolutely need it, which I probably won't, and then water like from the toilet.
So diabetes.
Water from the toilet.
Oh, the toilet. That's how to sound fancy. Toilet water.
What are you guys drinking on over there?
I've been drinking the Coke I had left over from Chipotle.
Gin and juice.
I don't think Ben or Solange drinks. Do you guys?
Drinks what? Booze?
Any kind of alcohol?
I don't. Solange had some booze sticks because
She's snoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that.
Hey, babe.
Hey, there's another first for the show.
I was telling them about your booze sticks.
Actually, I corrected. I think didn't Nate fall asleep one time on the show or something? He was on the couch.
Yeah. Doug fell and he could have passed out. That would have counted.
Yeah.
So yeah. So she has booze.
She'll get
boozing it up.
A very small amount of booze and then some Sprite, I think, and then put them in an ice cube tray, and then
booze then a snooze,
and then put that in like her regular drinks. So it's like a fraction of a fraction because with her meds she.
Gotcha.
Yeah. How about you, Frank? How much you been boozing lately?
I haven't had a drink since my wedding day on 2010.
Oh, because the gout.
Well, that and I'm an alcoholic, so I shouldn't be drinking.
You guys are brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'd think you would know.
I don't know. After you had a 3-day hangover from that one time.
Yeah.
Oh, one time you had relapse, Frank?
No, this was before I met my wife. I was staying over there over the weekend, and I didn't eat anything. I just drank and drank and drank, and was sick as shit, and had to drive home. But anyway, so would we like to get into some stations, Ian?
Hold on. Okay, now we can start. Wait for another snore.
I don't give a fuck.
That's the Soda Talk theme.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Man your battle stations. Man your battle stations. Station.
All right, hold on. I lost my cursor here. Okay.
Would you imagine that you lost a cursor that you have to crane up your neck up for?
It was on the monitor to the right. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm gonna. The only problem with sending the new message replying to the old one and adding and adding and adding, sometimes I accidentally skip and hit the last week's shit. So
sometimes you reply all, and your boss sees your new email.
Excuse me.
So what is your theme, Ian?
Okay, well, I guess I kind of was inspired by your setup last week. I decided to go with some themes with a giant TV on top, and then all the shit underneath it.
So you're saying broke neck rigs?
Well, in this case, he can sit back on his bed. I mean, I can lay on the bed behind me in game if I want to. If you want to, you can drive a car with your feet if you want to.
What you need to do is stop having guests and turn that into a full office.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Means convince his wife to let him have the man cave.
Besides, I get sometimes you get tired.
I told him that you should get a futon. At least he could turn it back into a couch, and then
we're so tired again. Just so tired.
But yeah, this one I like it. Got a lot going on.
I like the chair, kind of.
I like the mini fridge.
I like the trash can.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
This cable management looks pretty on point.
Actually, is that a mini fridge bin, or is that just the dresser?
That's a mini fridge.
Kind of weird. It's like they. Surprised they got one that matched the height like that. The Wraiths chair, they look cool, but according to Ian, they're not comfortable.
No, they look. It's all about form.
It looks like yours, actually. Now that I look at it, is that the same brand?
No, the thing is different.
That sounds like that thread on Imager. Kind of like Chewbacca.
What?
Somebody's rustling something.
Right. Let me open a new tab here for your second station. Oh, okay. I had this one too.
I got it first though.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
It gives you time to look for another one.
I said what I said.
I said what I said.
Now,
I was just like, holy shit, man.
Yeah, it's got presentation with it.
Yep.
Now, what kind of speakers are those, Ian?
You're asking the wrong guy, Frank.
What kind of screen device is that, Frank?
Screen device?
Yeah, tablet or whatever it is.
I don't. Is that just the? I have no idea what that is.
I was going to ask, is it an iPad?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were asking because you knew.
No, that's why I was asking. It might be a Surface.
Yes, probably.
Probably.
Yeah. I don't know if these are all 4K like yours. You'd have to probably go into the comments though.
I mean, if it is, he's made everything bigger because if you look how big the taskbar is,
yeah,
that thing's like literally twice or 4 times the size of mine. So he's not running at 100%.
Like a little strip, huh?
Oh, dude, the stuff at the top, I'm about to run my tabs at the bottom because I can't fucking see what the hell I'm clicking on.
Oh wow.
I mean, it's my own damn fault, but
yeah, you're always having to like zoom in or read stuff or whatever on
zoom enhance.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that works for everything except the damn, actual browser.
Is it hard to read stuff with your screen up there? Not joking about your neck, but just like the fact that it's farther away a little bit.
I mean, if it's all the way towards the top, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah, you got like a 50-inch, so that's
what you
don't
said.
you or something?
Tripod. 50 inches around. Think about it.
Think about
But no, I mean it's alright. I mean, only thing I really have trouble with is my excuse me, my favorites up at the top of my browser because I wanted to go minimal and just have the icon without actual like text. So I kind of have to know what the hell is what.
No, I just put like letter abbreviations. Like if it's YouTube, I just put YT or something. You know.
Right.
Didn't you say you had to do something with that? Like put like letter abbreviations or something.
Well, I took all the names out, and then I found out with all the customization you can do with what the hell's the name of my browser now? With the
Edge?
huh?
Is it Edge?
No. It starts with a V. It's I can't think of it.
Vivaldi.
Vivaldi, that's the word. There's so much customization. You actually can still have the title and only show like you turn off the text. So I was like, oh, yeah.
I call it Volvo D.
Yeah, that's what I said. Well, I like this guy because he's got the Strix thing going on. Back to this. I like the clip speakers. You probably like the mixer. I like his headphones because he's got my headphones. He's got my desk, but a different countertop.
Looks pretty solid.
I mean, I don't think there's a damn thing about this I don't like other than the chair, maybe.
He did what you should have done with the TV.
What's that? What, wall
What's the
mounted?
TV on? Yeah.
I mean,
But you say your wife wouldn't let you touch it, the walls at all.
well, it's not just that. It's like if I change my mind too much. I don't like. It took me forever to drill into this desk because I was afraid I would change my mind. And like,
Did you ever take pictures of the thing by the shelf or the TV stand? Show Ben what it looks like.
What?
The TV stand, or you just bring back up the product page that you were showing us last week.
Oh, hold on. Amazon. Why the hell's my order? They redid Amazon, so it's confused me a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, Ben, I bought this monitor stand here. Well, it's a TV stand. So it's like 40 something inches tall. And it's got a glass shelf that I did end up using. But that's sitting on my desk right now.
Yeah, he was trying to do a monitor arm, a higher one or whatever, with dual monitors above each other, but that just wasn't working out.
Yeah, it intimidated me because I'm like, there's no way this damn thing's going to be held up by this tiny little monitor arm. So I just got a TV mount and said, fuck it.
Well, is the TV pretty light?
I mean, it's light enough that like this. I mean, the monitors are lighter than the TV, but they're smaller too. Because the TV, think about it, TV has like Jerry says, the TV has tuners built in and all this crap. A monitor just has like, you know, the controls and the panel. That's it. Because this is a smart TV, Ethernet port and all that. So this is your third station. Didn't do that, did I? Yeah, I did. Okay.
Yeah, there's more pictures on you click on Imager.
Yeah, I'm on the Imager looking at it.
Yeah.
So there are PS whatever They got the Google Home, Corsair case. I'm trying to tell. The Vizio. Okay. Vizio. A C2. I looked at that before I decided I want to get a 2080. They got the Corsair RGB Pro, which is pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
Although, since they got a Strix motherboard, if the board supports Aura, then if they had like other kind of RAM, I don't know if they can control Corsair RAM with the IQ or with the Aura, because they got a RGB pump too. So they probably just use Corsair software. But 6 in one, half dozen the other.
Right.
What kind of GPU does he have here? Does it say? 1080. Okay.
By the way, Ben,
Anyway.
are you guys still having a date night?
Date night is what we make it.
Is that just a date night with yourself?
Hey, if my girlfriend wants to take a nap while I'm looking at my phone, who am I to criticize and kidnap?
Hey,
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
I'll let her get a nap so then she can enjoy the parts where she's awake.
Well, anyway. All right, Benjamin.
Yes?
What do you think of this guy's layout here? I'll go to the main picture here. This shot here.
Huh?
We're going with general aesthetics here.
Well,
Because I think all the builds are similar spec-wise.
Well, personally, I'd like to see something on the screens because right now they look like touch controls for an old-timey synthesizer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all right.
Gotcha.
What's the actual computer look like? What's up with that one? Okay, and what's up with that? Is that second keyboard for the Xbox or is that PlayStation?
That's a PlayStation. I think they just like to have options because I don't think PS whatever has keyboard options yet. Like it's just coming to Xbox. It hasn't even yet. And
so, what's the processing power of that their machine?
I mean, it's an i7 with a 1080 Ti.
Okay.
I told you we're just going by aesthetics because, like, really all the machines are similar specs.
Okay, so what's the next one look like? See, that one is just a kind of cobbled together of everything. They've got all those minifigs perched over top of a samurai sword, or is that a figurine?
What?
Well, what's above the computer case?
A shelf with a whole bunch of figurines.
And what's that thing in between those?
Well, you mean
like
this
white box?
I don't know. I was going to read the description, but I could not tell.
And then he's got what looks like a mixer plugged
Yeah.
in. And then,
I mean, he's got a mic arm clamp on his desk that he doesn't have the arm on, so I'm assuming he has a mic. So that's probably just,
And then he's got what looks like a Surface tablet or something, or Surface Book of some kind, and then whatever that is on the other side.
On the far left, that looks to be an ROG something or other. I'm assuming laptop because that looks like a laptop dock.
I mean, he's got enough equipment put into a small space, I guess. I mean, when you look compared to the other one, I mean, it looks a little more, condensed and cluttered because it's in one spot. So, but you can probably do more with it. And what's the last one look like?
All right, hold on. Close out of this because I went to a separate tab here.
I mean, like I said before, I like the mini fridge. And is that the tower, or is that one of those trash cans that you step on?
It's one of the trash cans because over to the right is the tower on the desk.
Okay. I mean, if I was rating that room, or if I was rating the desk, I mean, well, to be honest though, that other desk was pretty nice on the second one.
Yeah,
I'll
only thing I'd
probably
say is to get the caution glass sticker off of the damn side panel of his case. That's stupid.
I'd say 2, 1, and 3.
So you go this one, and then this one, and then that one.
Yeah, because it's a matter of what they have to me.
So the mini fridge got him.
Well, I like the mini fridge and I like the overall space, but it's like, it doesn't look like it has much going on. And then the third one, it's like a E3 monitors, but I don't really see what they're doing other than having gradients.
Well, what's the one that you picked? The first, the Ninja Sword one, or the Samurai Sword?
Well, no, the second one, it looks like he just has more tech because he's got a mixer and, he had some sort of tablet screen. I mean, he just had a lot. The only problem was it was all one tight corner.
What we're getting at is Ben only cares about specs. He doesn't give a flying fuck about aesthetics.
No, I'm an art guy. I don't give a shit. If I'm making, I want tools and then I make something with it. Ooh, it looks pretty.
Oh, so this one is your favorite, Ben?
Yeah, the monster, whatever. I mean, that's a little close, but whatever.
So this one,
Mm,
or this guy?
that's the least favorite.
Oh,
Oh,
and then this is your second, right?
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Ian?
Well, I would go. I don't know. I think I would go 3 or 2, 3, 1, or 2, 1, 3. I'm sorry.
So the same way Ben went, right?
2, 1, 3.
No, I thought he was saying this one we're looking at now is his favorite. I thought.
No, he said this one's his least favorite.
Well, the pink one is my favorite, and then that one, and then the mini fridge. So I guess it would be the same as his.
They really did a good job coordinating the color with their wallpaper, and it just stands out. That's why I picked it. I saw this and I said, "Damn!" And I'm not giving them a shout out because I already closed it. So, you want to know what my theme is, sir?
Oh, what did you say you went with?
The same order as you. They got the same all the way around.
Okay, what's this guy's name so he could give a shout out?
I just said I closed the shit, and I don't. Hold on. God damn it.
We should keep. For now, you should just keep up the winners so he could compare and do
Biohacker. What the fuck's their name? Is it 81? I don't have the shit. There it is. Whoa. Biohacker 53. My bad. Okay. Now, would you like to see mine, Ian?
Oh, are we going by what the internet? That's the internet's favorite? Because I thought the favorite was the pink one.
That's.
Oh, you had it on a different monitor?
I closed everything, Ian. God damn it. Hold on. Wow. Okay, so that's not what I was clicking on. Fuck. Hold on. God damn it. Okay. So your biohacker has now I gotta shrink it back down to actually see what the fuck. Hold on. Oh, that's way too small. Shit. Okay.
That's what she said.
Not to me. 4 point something K upvotes.
To me either.
No, you heard it. You hear it first, dude. And then the trash can has 19 upvotes, so I don't think they won shit.
Oh, damn, dude.
And
I just
your
got some
last
sleep apnea, I think.
the last one had 8. So yeah, they won everything. They won the internet. They won the prize.
Oh, all right. That's cool. Just keep it open. What's your theme?
My theme is, hey, look, here's some stuff I like.
All right.
That's the theme you get. Seriously, it took me all
You
day
were
to go.
at-
I can't. I kept looking at like lunch and before I went to work, I'm like, I can't fucking find anything I like. And then these 3 grabbed me, and I said, okay, this is what
you
it
see,
is.
I thought you were gonna go along with the aesthetic thing with the the hospital lights you were showing us before the show.
Nah, you shut up. Shut up.
By the
Ted.
way, what was the purpose what was the direction you were going with that? Because you showed us your lighting, but it really didn't match that color.
I have
Like,
blue
it was
and
a
pink,
darker
which is
blue.
what the lights had. And they're just the straight up blue and pink buttons. It's not like a variant of them. It's blue and pink. That's what it looks like. My lamp on the side is pink. Is the only pink I have. Anyway, so this guy, once again, that Corsair case, which is mighty popular, I guess. Can you tell what I don't like about this one?
The cords.
Yeah, there's wires out the butt. There was a keyboard tray they took out and just had their keyboard on the desk like a damn genius.
Yeah.
But they also had those surround speakers just kind of any old way. Like, I get it. You bought them. You want to use them, but they're right next to each other. They're supposed to sound like they're behind you. That's not behind you.
Right.
So it's, I don't know. But that is my first station for the evening.
Do you have any opinions, Ben? Don't
The
forget,
first
Ben
one-
is on the show.
Hold on, my mouse is stuck. Okay.
So that's one of those ultra wide monitors.
Those mega wide or whatever. It's like 2
Super
ultra
wide.
Yeah. Stupid ultra wide.
I mean, if that's your thing, you do you, boo.
Right.
Right.
My second station for the night, I figured you would probably like.
Who, me?
Yeah, Ian.
Okay.
Because they got the whole Captain America thing.
Oh, I did see that one. I didn't include it though, because I was trying to look for stuff that I thought everybody would be more impressed with, But this one would have fit into the TV up top,
Right, and they still have the IKEA desk with like fake marble desk, just like that one that you had.
So he's got a desk with a desk in the one corner instead of another monitor.
What?
On the left of the desk, that's another table on top of the desk.
I'll have to read, but I don't think so because there looks to be a name on top of it, like it's a CD changer or some shit.
Okay, I was gonna say
I can't tell
because I see, it's just like, why is the TV up top, but then you got 2 monitors, and all the others have had 3 underneath them.
Well, I mean, they got their fucking reasons, dude. I don't know. He's got
Frank, why don't you know everything about this guy?
That's why. So I like that he's got JBL speakers, even though A, they're goofy looking, and B, they're not placed correctly. They should not be directly in front of you. And again with the Corsair looking case, right?
Right.
I mean, it
I
must
want
be
to see some
popular.
dual subs stacked on top of each other on the desk.
No, you don't put a sub on the desk.
Do you put a sub on top of a sub on top of a desk?
No, you put it on the floor, and if you're doing dual subs, they're just the same as speaker placement. You got one on one side and one on the other. Usually right underneath the speaker, because it's the low end frequency for that speaker. But no,
I just taking all that shit.
Huh?
Just stack all that shit, all the speakers and the subs on top of each other.
He's also
See
got
if
like
they
a little.
stay there.
He's got a little readout thing on the above the top fan. I
Yeah,
don't
is that
know.
like for fans or something? Fan controller?
I don't know. It's got temps and everything though, so I don't think that's the fans. I think that's just like a. I don't know. I have to read some more.
Yeah, it's like CPU temp is in red.
Yeah, a bunch of shit. I mean, it's interesting to say the least.
Getting hot.
It's getting hot in her.
It's like the speed fan where it's got a fireball in front of it.
Yeah, that was mine all the time. GPU toasty. Now my next one, since you stole, I had to go find another.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Disappoint.
Son, I am disappointed. I don't think you will be. I think you'll enjoy this one. This is
Oh, I do enjoy this one because I was thinking about doing it, but I was like, no, I'm going with a theme. I'm going to do TV on top, but I was like, damn, I'd really like to do this one. I was tempted to break it.
well, see, I enjoy this one because this guy is very similar to my build. He's got a Corsair keyboard, although he has the one with the ugly, goofy badging. Do you see the little gamery like Phoenix looking logo that they had instead of mine is just the boat? And he's got a Corsair mouse, which I tried one in a store because I wanted one with all those macro buttons and stuff. But man, it intimidated me because the buttons on the side, you can not just assign them separately, like, each is a different key. You can adjust where they're at on the side of the mouse. There's a slider. And I was afraid in the heat of the moment during a game, the fucking buttons would just slide and piss me off. Also, kitties are always appreciated.
Kitty.
What, Ben?
That's what I was saying.
They've got M audio speakers, which those are good. And they have Ben and I both have this keyboard that they have on their desk. Have you played yours much, Ben?
No, it's sitting in the office right now.
I have mine in a drawer. I keep telling myself to bust it out and play it, but by the time we get done doing the show, I either play some games or go to bed.
Well, I've been busy with art stuff, so I haven't had a chance to do much music lately.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Ben, like, what do you do? Do you have any decent speakers, or have you just not really cared about the audio game part?
I mostly just focus on my headphones. It's more, I mean, I've got some Alltech Lansing speakers I got a while back. They're pretty decent.
Hey, your mom blasts that gospel shit or whatever. You should blast some speakers, man.
Yeah, but he doesn't like. What music do you listen to now, Ben? I haven't talked to you about that in a while.
Different stuff depending on my mood. Tiki stuff, punk rock, Dixieland.
Are you, as Frank puts it, eclectic?
I'm into whatever. If I'm into weird stuff, have you heard of Galactic Empire? They're a metal band. They cover Star Wars music. They had like the cantina thing.
Is that like Stovecore, the Klingon metal band?
I don't know. I've never heard that.
I saw them on a Trekkie documentary. It was awesome. So
there are multiple metal bands dedicated to Arnold Schwarzenegger. So.
Right. So,
well, what's do you want to go through them?
Okay, the first one is this Mega Ultra Wide.
Okay.
Second one is Captain America.
Okay.
And third one is Kitty.
Okay, my order is Kitty, then Captain America, and then Ultra Wide.
Yeah, I'm in on that one.
Huh?
I'm with Ian on that one.
Oh, Jesus, we're all the exact same again.
Oh, really? You're going the same way?
Right. Now, see, let me give you the score here. Kitty got 393. Captain America got 429, and then 422 for Mega Ultra Wide. So Captain America technically wins on the internet, but this is our show. We don't give a fuck about the internet. So
Fuck yeah, Captain America.
now, granted, yes, the Kitty is cute and everything, but the other dude got 4.1 thousand upvotes for his thing, which is why I didn't want Ian to steal it, but he did, like a stealer. Is that your favorite band or favorite team, the Steelers?
Oh no, I have a friend who loves the Steelers, but my friend from Pittsburgh.
Right.
Well, you see Steelers every place in the stores and Walmart and shit.
Right. You get tired of it after a while, huh?
That and Yingling.
Okay. Is it time
By
for
the way,
news? Go ahead.
Well, I don't know what are you doing, Ben? Are you gonna let her sleep some more, or are you gonna try to have a date night with her, or what do you want to do? Because we're at a between time now.
Are you guys trying to kick me off the show?
Well, no, I'm asking if we're gonna start some news, and obviously you know how long that goes for. So
we're still doing news from last week.
Last week, I thought you still had stuff from 2017 going on.
Right, there's this meltdown, Inspector.
Oh boy.
Hopefully the GPU mining craze will be over soon.
I didn't have any Spectre and meltdown shit.
I'm saying that's an old story.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, then you guys got to have your date night.
You can stay. We'd like to have you, but if you want to have a date night, that's cool. What do you want to do?
Yeah, because it's like almost not night anymore. It'll be date morning if you.
Yeah.
So you can have date night all night long if you want.
Oh man.
What? You can.
All night long.
Well,
I was thinking more like Adam's Handler. All night long.
Well, no.
Cajun man.
I'm saying because back in Canada right now, it's like 2 hours behind us, and she usually stays up till 1 or 2 her time there anyway. So it's usually very.
Now, is there like we got the daylight savings time ending? Does she have that in Regina?
They don't do daylight savings time, so they get to be 1 hour behind us, instead of 2 after that.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that's on Sunday.
Every day is like Sunday.
But we're just basically saying, all right, you asked for it.
Okay, here comes the shitty part. All right.
We're doing my part first.
That's why I said the shitty part. Go ahead and start the theme song, Ian.
And Ben, and it's launch when she wakes up.
We really need to get that clip from like Stone Cold when he's like, "Where's my theme song?" You know what I'm talking about, Ian?
Vaguely.
No, because I thought today it was all about his name is John Cena.
No, like way back in the day, Stone Cold when he would like lay down the law, and then he'd be like, "Where's my theme song?" And then he'd start playing it as he marches off the ring or stage or whatever the fuck you call that thing.
We'll have to ask Doug to get that for us because I bet you he'd be able to find it pretty good.
I mean, all I had to do is go on YouTube and put Stone Cold theme song, and it'd either be a clip of the theme song or him saying, "Where's my theme song?" Because all you find is like video of him drinking beer.
Yeah. What does he even do anymore?
I always
he's
see
not
him
in movies, is he?
I always see him on like those World's Dumbest or whatever, one of those shows. Like there was a thing where they had him drinking fancy liquors that he didn't recognize, like pina colada and martinis and shit. Like they gave him an appletini. He's like, "Are you serious? The hell's this shit?" So
actually, I think he was in that second Grown Ups movie.
I never saw either of them.
Oh man,
Wasn't it originally supposed to be Chris Farley, but he died instead of Kevin James?
Maybe I didn't know that the script was that long before the movie actually came out.
Well, if you think about it, it's the entire original Saturday Night Live cast, right?
Right. Yeah. Well,
So that would make-
if he was still alive, he definitely would have been the main
Right.
guy. You know.
I mean, Kevin James, he's Maul Blart versus fucking Chris Farley. I mean, who would you rather have in it? But
Maul Blart.
anyway, so the first article, Google walkout. Thousands of workers protest sexual harassment and pay inequality demand changes. I mean,
So did you guys hear about this? Because I guess this was pretty big.
I had a story on it too. Basically, the whole sexual diversity of like pay equality and harassment and everything. It's the Me Too generation. It's come to a head and it's hitting everywhere. And Google's one of the biggest corporations in the world, so I can't see it not hitting them because they didn't handle it correctly. If they had handled this differently, I can see them being an example and everyone going, we need to be like Google. But like one of the articles, I wish I had kept it because the image they used was a picture of the people walking out, and it was a guy wearing the shirt in the Google coloring that says, don't be evil.
Yeah.
So that, sums it up.
What do you think this will change people's mindsets about being like, oh yeah, Google is, it's always kind of been like, it's like the place to work, where you spend your life just trying to get into the Google or something,
I mean, yes, they're going to say, unless you're a woman, but I mean, I don't, like they said on the radio today on my way to work, Google will be okay. No one's going to stop fucking using it. What, like, when the GM and all that shit was going under, what are we going to do? Stop buying fucking cars?
Well, remember when the memo came out from Google, and then like all the, alt-right people were like, "Oh well, women should get paid less because they're this, oh, it's all too pervasive." Oh, shut up.
I mean, with a bunch of execs and corporate people, there's always chances for stuff like this to happen. Hopefully, they learn from the mistake, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, no matter how
plus
good of a product a company makes, it's like it's still made of people,
Yeah, they're all just a piece.
Yeah, it's just gonna happen, man.
Right. Okay, hold on a second. My damn mug's got a leak in it, and I keep getting drips on my hand there. Okay,
it's got a leak. What, like, in the cap or whatever?
Yeah, the cap. I don't know if it's not seated right or like, I don't know. But I don't use this mug all the time.
Troubles putting on a cap.
No, the cap's on and it snaps and everything. It just, there's still a drip.
Drip, 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 drip.
It's something I got free. So what am I gonna do? Bitch about it?
Here's your problem.
Shoot about a Mac.
Yeah.
Next. Twitter looking to remove like button as a way to improve debate on social.
You know what would really improve debate on Twitter, Frank?
What?
Removing people who harass and assault and Nazi. That would be great.
Well, that they would have to monitor conversations. They don't want to monitor. They want people to
They would just have to actually remove people when they're reported for threatening them.
Well, that's true.
Although now everybody's moving to the non-censorship platforms,
Yeah, there's an alt version of Twitter for the racists.
Well, they were saying people. So DeFranco was talking about. He was saying they're trying to do where it's like because some people are killing themselves because they didn't get enough likes or something.
Well, have you ever seen DTube and BitChute?
No.
Alternatives to YouTube. Which, if you go to the homepage, you'll see videos from Klan members, and Hitler wasn't that bad, and you go, oh no.
Yeah. it's just. I mean, they want discussion and everything, but the thing is, the problem with Twitter is it's a big comment section, like it's like the comment section of YouTube. And does anyone read the comment section of YouTube? No, because it's full of horrible, disgusting garbage. Overflowing with the most deplorable amount of rubbish imaginable. Mangled up in tangled up knots.
If you have opinions about this, please leave comments in the YouTube videos.
Yeah, because like you ever see something that went viral and you go, man, that's amazing, and then you start reading like the people's comments on it, and you just get disgusted with humanity. Like
you really don't think there's any decent comments? I mean, like if
there's so much trash, I don't read them. Like Jerry said, he turns them off. Because people are, I mean, to even more of an extent, because I'm cynical. I don't like people much to begin with. So
yeah, but I mean, like if you have, I'm sure a lot of the people like that follow like Philip DeFranco or like Gamers Nexus, I'm sure that a lot of them are pretty intelligent people because they follow that type of content. You would think that there would be intelligent people or you think it just gets drowned out in the comments. And
the thing is,
get to them.
Well, the problem with any thing that is popular is the thing that popular is the majority. So anything that's that big is a target for the lowest common denominator of stupid people. Because you're not going to have the smart people don't sit and flood it with a bunch of smart comments. They say their smart comment and they move on. The idiots keep saying the same thing 10 times. You ever see someone post something and then post it again in the exact same all caps because they didn't think it took?
No, I've
actually
never really seen that
the
before.
only comments I bother reading is when I see an article like in my news feed, I scroll to the bottom and see if there's any comments and see if it's anything intelligent, because half the time an article will be bullshit and someone will go, yeah, this has already been fixed, next, like Doug, or there'll be no comments, so it's all like bias, or there's just a bunch of random comments, like I said, on Twitter and YouTube, where I don't. If I get past 2 and it starts looking depressing, I just go on to something else. Instagram's the same way. I love Instagram, but everyone has to say their own thing and think they're the greatest thing. One of my favorite rappers did a post about politics, and someone's like, "Please just fucking rap. No one cares about you." And he's like, "Really? They're following his personal page."
I mean, but it's like I see you remember Ulrich, the guy that's having health problems right now. Yeah. I mean, like I read the comments on that and I see like a lot of support and stuff, and a lot of people are really
but in that kind of stuff, people will probably think he's karma whoring to an extent. Like that. I mean, regardless of if he is or not, people are assholes, Ian. And people know. And the thing about assholes is they talk on the internet in all caps, so you're gonna see them.
I'm pretty I guess I'm pretty naive. I like to see the best in people, I guess.
I don't. I'm bitter and cynical. I don't do customer service in public. I do it within the building I work. This is close to customer service as possible, because if you open the door and let just anyone walk in, they fucking just let anyone in there, is what it is. And I don't care for that. You get a lot. You'll get, the popular thing is, try reading something and go to the comments and try to not see something that says make money by clicking this ad, because they figure a million other people are seeing it. They'll see your bullshit comment and click on it. They're not actually reading the fucking article. They're not seeing the picture. They're not watching the cool video. They're just trying to hop on the hype train.
Well, I will say that's probably why, like, you don't see a lot of popular YouTubers engage with the audience in the comments section,
Yeah, that's exactly why you don't. They'll ask a question and they'll just stay there lost for a million years.
Yeah, because like I always, like, if I see a new breaking news video come out, like with Jay or something, I'd try to go into the comments and see if any of the other tech YouTubers actually tried to talk and stuff, because sometimes you'd want to hear like other responses and stuff from other prominent YouTubers,
Yeah, and I mean, so they talk to each other.
You don't see that in the comment section of YouTube, though.
No, you see 1,001 assholes, and then you'll see that the guy will say in the like Random Frank P, when he was designing his setup, I followed him to the T when he was building it, and he says, "Okay, this is this desk. I bought it from this place." And he had a video where he showed him buying the fucking desk. Okay, forever, every video. Hey man, it's a cool desk. What kind of desk is it? Okay, are you not even watching the videos? Are you not even listening to the words that come out of the man's mouth? It's a series about building his desk. The first video is called the fucking desk. Well, first one is called the screens. Then there's the desk. Then there's the other shit. I mean, why don't you go to that video and watch it? It's 5 minutes long. But no, people don't do that. They're knee-jerk reaction, and they're. I don't go on Facebook anymore, and I go on to wish my friends a happy birthday, and then I sign out because there's so much hatred and just horrible. But I'm a member of the Setup Addicts group, which is the guy Swashin, from Pimp My Setup. He has a group, but oh boy, it's a bunch of 8th graders who have their budget stations and ask dumb questions that don't even know what a computer is. So I'm trying to play Fortnite. What GPU should I get? You don't need one. This is first response: a phone. So, yeah. What's this here about you? I see something about YouTube. I do follow YouTube. Let me.
Actually, that was a happy accident because I forgot that I was doing a YouTube thing. We're talking about YouTube comments.
You did Twitter? Well, because we were talking about comments. I like the option to like. If I wanted to get in a discussion about it, I'll read the comments. But give me a chance just to like it. YouTube introduces channel memberships, merchandise, and premieres. Go ahead. Are they trying to be like exclusive and say, "Hey, look, we've got this new feature"?
Well, I guess it's like, it's giving the creators another way besides the monetization, so you don't have to depend on that just for the income.
Well, I think it's their way of.
I guess that's a good thing. I guess.
I think they're trying to curb people like pimping their patron or their Patreon or the float plane. If Bitwit still follows that, which is hilarious because I don't think even Linus gives a shit about float plane anymore.
Right. Well, I guess the negative side would be, they're trying to take control of that, so you would be all your stuff, like your Patreon type stuff. You wouldn't do Patreon anymore, and then you just do the YouTube, and it's like. And you're dependent on YouTube, so they probably like that part.
Right. I mean, the thing is, hey, we already froze up all your money in your Google AdSense account, and we buried you so no one will watch your videos. But invest in us deeper. Throw more of your money into our bucket, and watch us screw you over even more. You have any thoughts, Ben?
On YouTube's join button, or
what is it they got? Memberships, merchandise, and premieres.
Well, first, actually, make subscriptions work. They've already told you, you can subscribe, but you also need to ding that bell, and even that, you still might not get notifications.
Yeah, you might not get it. So
it's like Facebook with you have to promote your posts so that all your stuff can get to your audience that intentionally subscribe to your content.
They have their own algorithm to show what they think you want to see instead of what you've told them you want to see.
I mean, it's the same reason you don't have the subscribe page as your home page. It's like, why?
I ignore it
because I'm subscribed to.
Yeah, one thing I hate about their algorithm is how they, how when you're watching a video and on the side you have recommended videos. I miss how it used to be where it was related to the video, but now it's just like a random regurgitation of videos that they think you might like.
Yeah, and it's sad because if you accidentally click something that's older than you think, the next thing you know, you got all these videos from 5 years ago popping up in your feed. I accidentally clicked a review on a case I was looking at, and then I realized it was from like 2012 or some shit. I'm like, oh no, all this shit is ancient.
They're so dumb. They were gonna replace, what was it? We did an article a while ago where it was gonna be like your subscriptions timeline was gonna be replaced by like suggested stuff, and everybody was like, "No, no, don't do that."
Yeah, we don't want that. See, they did have a kind of like a Twitch-like sponsorship model for their YouTube gaming. The thing is, YouTube gaming was its own thing, which was stupid because no one was going to just that. Might as well just be one channel. And then
Yeah, is Twitch the one that does like a tip jar type of thing or something?
yeah, that you can do bits or whatever the hell it is. And then also, unlike YouTube gaming, channel memberships have additional requirements. I'm not clicking the link to read them because I don't care. Creators will need to have 100,000 subscribers or more, be over 18, and be members of the YouTube Partner Program. So basically, we're saying, oh, look, here's this thing you might want to do, but you got to do all this other shit first to be allowed to do this thing we want you to do. You got to give us some incentive, motherfucker. You got to dangle a carrot.
Motherfucker? So like,
They took away the monetization. I mean, fuck them.
what's the I forget the actor's name, from Pulp Fiction, and he's Nick Fury from Avengers.
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, Samuel Jackson. Motherfuckers.
Merchandise. In addition to memberships, creators will also be able to sell to fans directly starting today. And a shelf directly below the video itself, creators with more than 10,000 subscribers can offer merchandise like t-shirts, hats, phone cases, or any one of over 20 different merchandise items that make sense for their channel. For example, the creator of Lucas the Spider turned his character into a plushie and sold more than 60,000 units, making over $1 million in profit in just 18 days. Putting a link in your description is the same fucking thing. And you don't got to be a member of some bullshit and pay extra. I mean,
well, the only way I could see that they wouldn't be in control is if the shit went directly to like your PayPal or something, because I remember they were able to directly take money away from you. Remember the whole thing with the you had to have like 4,000 subscribers, and then the people who had some money still in YouTube, it was taken away then if you were under that amount of subscribers.
That's what Doug was saying.
I saw a video the other day on YouTube about this cool hot tip to use Feedly, so that way you can make sure all the videos that you subscribe to, you're getting to see. And all the comments were, or YouTube could just fix its fucking self.
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't you just do what we want you to do? Hey, do you want to watch this? Yeah. Okay, we'll suggest some stuff to watch. No, I want to watch this. Oh, we don't care. It's a placebo thing. They ask you for what the fuck they think you want, and then when you tell them it's not what you want, they know. Oh no, we know what you want.
No, it's just like they do whatever that lady feels like in the morning when she wakes up. What's the lady's name that's in charge of YouTube now?
Oh, I don't even know. They changed it every couple of months.
Yeah.
Her name Google? Her name's Google. People walked out though. Now, see, those people need to also the next week they need to protest YouTube and walk out.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, did I click
now
right?
For hardware news.
Oh, good. Okay. Intel's CPUs fall to new hyper-threading exploit that pilfers crypto keys. Is this where you were going? I wasn't sure if I skipped an article or not.
Yeah.
Over the past 11 months, the processors running our computers, in some cases phones, have succumbed to a host of attacks bearing names such as Meltdown Inspector, Branch Scope, TL Bleed, and Foreshadow. The exploits threaten to siphon some of our most sensitive secrets, say passwords or cryptographic keys, out of the silicon microarchitecture in ways that can't be detected or stopped by traditional security defenses. On Friday, researchers disclosed yet another leak that has already been shown to exist on a wide range of Intel chips and may also affect other makers too. Oh boy. So there's some more shit we got to worry about?
Yep. On Intel side, at least.
I mean, it's only a matter of time until it comes to AMD side too.
Yeah, well, I mean, it did with the meltdown.
I mean, and then Apple will deny it, and there'll be a fucking case, and
it just sucks because we have to deal. Us, just like regular gamers, have to deal with it because it's like it takes away from your performance and to patch it.
Yeah, and that was what they were saying. Like to patch it, everything slows down. Even with the new chips, they got to make the chips faster just to exist. Not even to be the fast. It used to be just to be the fastest. Now it's nope, just to function like a normal fucking thing.
Well, I mean, technology, there's always going to be some kind of backdoor if it's made by people who aren't perfect, I guess, you know.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. As long as it's made by a man, someone will figure out a way to break it. Right,
man
Ben?
can break it if man made it.
A man made it. A man will turn it off, and then data collapses. Anyone seen the episode of Star Trek?
Well, I mean, the thing is, man can make stuff, but then when you have stuff that generates algorithms and makes its own stuff, you can't break it. That, you know.
I mean, we still have, isn't there like kids and stuff that are able to like hack into the FBI? I mean,
well, the first iPhone was, jailbroken by a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Who hasn't done anything other than piss off Sony. But, okay.
I think Solange wants to go to another article.
AMD's Vega 20 GPU early engineering sample benchmarked in Final Fantasy, was that 15?
Yeah, I think so.
So, this has been a rumor, though, because it doesn't say that's actually what it is. It's like, 66AF:C1. And they're like...
I didn't even know they were coming out with the Vega 20. I was like...
Yes.
Frank would be interested in this.
Well, Frank's all up and down this here. Let me sum it up for you without having to read all this shit. So
basically a 1080.
Well, their plan is hold on, dog. Now, see the way it's supposed to go is the first was Vega 10 and Polaris 10. Now, when the refresh coming up, they're going to do a Polaris 20, and then supposedly a Vega 20, and then Navi, which is the next gen. Navi is the one that's supposed to be like a 1080 for cheaper. Which people are like...
Navi isn't supposed to be the RTX?
I don't know. But the thing is, though, people are saying, oh, by the 3 or 4 generations, they might catch up to 1080 technology. They're so far behind. Yeah, but it'll be a 7-nanometer chip, and remember they put dual GPUs on one silicon?
Yeah.
Literally, they call it the dual, so that's technically a Crossfire configuration on one fucking card that's like 2 1080s. That would be retarded. Put 4 of those in your computer. It'll be hot as an oven. Sound like a didgeridoo.
Dude, so, she was her store was lining up with your wall.
Right. So the thing is, the Final Fantasy benchmark, they're going, they look at it, and there's this reference to this thing that they can't identify that's supposed to be between a 1080 and a 1070 Ti, which they think is where Vega 20 would perform. So we don't know because they haven't leaked anything, and it doesn't exactly say Vega 20, engineering sample. They kind of put it in a code. Plus, before, remember Vega, with AMD, they were changing to give it a goofy name for the engineering sample and then a totally different name for the actual product. So, like, when Vega came out, it was called Vega, and then they launched it, and it was fucking Vega. They said that's not going to happen. The next version is going to be called Captain Goofy's Nuts, and then then the actual one that comes out is D12. It's not related to anything, just to make you... They just want everyone to come out with bullshit articles and images on the internet.
Well, I mean, what were you saying? Is that like, is it not supposed to be as powerful as the 56 and 64? Is like lower, slower?
Well, Vega 20 is going to be a small. I think it's supposed to be a 7-nanometer. I think. And so by default, it's going to have to be faster because it's going to be capable of doing more, and it's going to be smaller and hopefully perform better. The thing is we don't know if this is really that. We know kind of what we're expecting, but we don't know because everything now is hush hush and in the rumor. Plus, they're sampling Navi architecture, which is. I had an article, I don't know if it was last week, that it's in the lab, which, I mean, I don't know why we'd be surprised it's in the fucking lab. Where else would it be? But also supposedly this might not even be a gaming variant. This might be OEM, you know, just whatever. Because there's Vega on APUs now,
Yeah.
so it's hype train just to get people going. But we'll see. I don't know about release dates, but we do have release dates in your other article here for
Yeah, this is related.
590,
Yeah.
which
Now,
is. Go ahead.
it says basically the 580 and the 1060 go toe to toe in the sub $300 graphics market. That's what the article says. So I mean, it's not even competing really with the Vega card. So I'm not really sure what they're. I guess it's just supposed to be the top of the line of what the mainstream market is. You know.
Well, okay. Here's the thing: if you watched any tech tuber talk about AMD lately, they're like AMD has always been the budget friendly, competition. That's how they've managed to stay afloat compared to Nvidia, who can say we don't have any competition. We can just charge whatever the fuck we want, which they're doing now.
Yeah.
And
obviously, I know that my wallet's gonna hurt.
Yes, but the thing is, there's no budget, card from them. I mean, you can get they just released a 1060 recently, the fourth SKU of a 1060 with DDR5X. Is it X? I think I said. Anyway.
Yeah, I think so.
But they also have the 2070 or whatever. So there's slightly lower, but nothing cheap. Because if you look at the hardware surveys on Steam and go to PC Part Picker, go to GPUs, and just look at what's popular. Yes, there's 1080s out the ass, but what immediately follows 1080s and all that? 580s and 1070s and more budget friendly cards, because people are fucking poor. It's hard out here. That's why if you go into a store, the AMD motherboard section is completely wiped out, and the Nvidia, and Intel side is just full of crap because people are, trying to get the cheap stuff and do best with their budget performance. And the 580, before it got bought up by the miners, was really doing well for what it was.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been anything to keep up with the let alone the 1080, let alone the 2080. So if they could get even 1080 performance for cheaper, because right now you could still get a 1080 for full price, which is fucking ridiculous right now. I looked on Amazon and Newegg, you could pay $800+ for a Founders Edition 1080 Ti, which is fucking stupid because a 2080 is 800, new. Why would you even get a 1080 for original price? But then everyone's like, well, how cheap or how cheap are they going to get? Well, I don't know, but if these go cheaper, then they're going to sell a shit ton. I mean, people are already betting on buying the 590 because it's going to be like the 580 on steroids. It's the 12 nanometer refresh. Okay, so it's the 12 nanometer.
Well, what's the difference going to be between this and like a Vega 56? Because that was still the lower of the Vega cards, right?
Vega was lower than obviously the 1080s and stuff, but from my understanding, I thought Vega wasn't actually intended for games. Like it was kind of like how Volta was like, well, it's more for like deep learning and shit, but you can game on it. From my understanding,
I thought in this article they were saying it's still not going to be as good as the Vega cards, I guess, or something.
Pricing. Hold on. This is your article, son. No. Benchmarks. The 1060, 580. Where the hell is this? I don't know. Let me go up. Hold on. Is it Control Find or Control F to
Control
search?
F. Yeah, you got it.
I don't ever use it. Here we go. Such as RX Vega 64 will still remain at the top in AMD GPU's performance stack, but the 590 is set to come in a position in the market where the red team can make a genuine impact. Yeah. Like one of the guys I follow, his YouTube video literally said, "Dear AMD, don't screw this up." because like like they say, Nvidia has no real competition. They can charge you your firstborn and your left arm, and you got to fucking pay it. But if AMD comes out and they said, well, we'll only take, your toenail clippings and you'll get a quarter of the performance, there are people with toenail clippings to spare.
Right.
So,
Well, I mean, honestly, I'm buying an Nvidia card, but people who are like hardcore Nvidia fans, it doesn't matter if the AMD cards do really good or not. They're gonna still say it sucks next.
yeah, the fanboys pre-ordered, so which you'd never do with anything. Don't ever pre-order. Unless you're, I mean, you only pre-order if you're just like, shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
Like I pre-ordered, Wolfenstein, which I admit, but I also pre-ordered Fallout 76. So
yeah, and you're actually going to be playing this one.
I actually have played it. So
yeah.
But
you played Wolfenstein also, but I mean, this one you'll probably stick around longer.
I'll probably, at 4K, it's going to be a lot better when I get a new graphics card, I think, is my main issue, because it looks great.
Yeah, what are the settings?
I mean, it's graphically, it's up there with Fallout 4. But since it's linear, I don't think there are frame drops as much.
Do you have to have the settings lower, though, than on Fallout 4?
No, I think I have it at ultra settings. It's been a while since I played it.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, I want higher performance because I want it to play more smoothly. Because I do like higher textures and higher resolution.
Yeah, and you want to be able to have some room too for even higher mods too, probably.
Eventually, whenever the shit comes out. Now,
yeah, are they? What's the mod scene going to be for Fallout 76?
Well, see, that's when they go to private servers because it's all online.
Yeah.
So that's in the future. Bethesda could sell it and make it a service that you have to go through them, or they could allow people to do it themselves. There's no official word yet. The game hasn't even launched yet, but they say we'll discuss it later. Not now.
We'll discuss it later. I don't know.
But Ben, do you have any thoughts about the RX 590 coming out before we change articles?
Not particularly. I mean,
you're not going to buy a budget graphics card, huh?
Yeah. Shouldn't you be upgrading your graphics card, or are you just going to wait to get a new Mac Pro?
I want to see what happens when the new Mac Pros come out. I mean, we'll see.
If they do,
you probably hated having to put in a graphics card in there. You're like, I hate fucking with this shit.
No, it was pretty easy to slide in, slide out. I just didn't like having to get one when I download the program, Final Cut, and it's like, oh, you need a new card.
Now, is it like if they go to their own Apple CPU, then that basically is going to kill the Hackintosh, so you won't be able to do a Hackintosh, because before the requirement was it had to be Intel.
Well, Frank, remember when they killed the clones back in, when Steve Jobs came back? So it's like,
I thought they were doing they were going to do a Ryzen, or what was it? They were doing AMD for the GPU only, or
well, right now their laptops are Ryzen, I thought.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know.
Okay, hold on. I got to zoom enhance here. Okay. Enhance. Sony offering free Netflix with PlayStation Plus subscriptions.
Yep.
Sony is offering 3 months of Netflix for free with yearly PlayStation Plus subscriptions. This deal isn't live globally just yet, although it is available in India and most of Europe right now, provided you received an email from the company with the offer of free Netflix. That said, several members of popular gaming forum Reset Era have confirmed that they have received access to the offer via email. I'm assuming this comes since it's not global just yet. This probably really depends on, like, where they're allowed to tap into what might be like the former FCC would have said this was a problem.
Why?
You know, well, like with you know similar stuff going on, like how was AT&T and DirecTV kind of linking up and saying, well, with us you get DirecTV and I mean, I don't know. You're not it because PlayStation Network isn't just games, right? Isn't that where you can like watch television and stuff?
Oh, I have no idea. This definitely was more of a Doug article, but
Let me see here. Hold on. I was highlighting this. Why is it not letting me highlight? I guess I can't highlight. What the fuck, dude?
well, that's definitely not a highlight of the article then.
Oh, did it go away? Oh shit. Are you there?
Oh, Shiza, yeah.
Oh, my screen went black. That was fucking weird. Okay. PlayStation Plus. Do a web search real quick. See what offers it deals with. Oh, come on. Okay. Play online with friends. Multiplayer. So is it just playing? I thought it was a. I thought it was like television.
No, I didn't. I just thought it was games.
Oh,
It's
that's
not-
the. Oh, I forget. That's the other thing. Is it PSN Network? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't follow any of that shit.
Yeah,
I mean, sure, why not?
Ben, are you on the Netflix?
What?
Netflix. No. Are you a Netflix subscriber, Ben?
Yes, we watch Netflix.
All right. Do you have any opinions?
What's the title of the article, Frank?
Sony offering free Netflix with PlayStation Plus subscriptions.
So it's not really free. It's you have to get a PlayStation, and then you also have to pay for PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, you pay.
Well, if you already have it, though, this is for their
their
base, you know.
Yeah, if you have PlayStation Plus already for a year, then you get 3 months free of Netflix, which is kind of a ripoff.
That's what I mean. You get how much when you subscribe for the first?
That's literally dozens of dollars.
That's like the AOL hours that they would give out. Get 100 free hours. Don't use them all.
Yeah, or you'll have to get
Don't
another
use it
one
all in one place, buddy.
Turn this disc into a coaster. Okay, here. Let me copy this next article here because. Smithers. Okay. Fallout 76 has microtransactions, but Bethesda insists it's not play to win. This one, Doug totally didn't. He's like, we'll see. I doubt it. What? Would you like to hear Franklin's answer on this?
Sure.
Yeah, he wasn't full of shit. Yeah. Basically, the way it works when you play, you get achievements for doing certain things in the game, or for playing. Like once you beat a certain level, or like I got one for an achievement for you know how everything is crafting, where you like find junk and then you scrap it for resources and make something with it.
Yeah.
I found a human skull and I scrapped it and used it as a resource because bone is a resource that you can use to make things. So I did it and I got an achievement for achievement unlocked for scrapping a human skull. So like that's how you get your currency for your microtransactions. And like they said, it's just cosmetic crap. You can buy a pose for your character when you take a photo. You can buy, clothes and crap to wear, which before you had to either wear clothes or your armor. Now you can wear armor and then put clothes on top of it to look how the fuck you want to look. Because they realized, we can sell those to you. Yeah. So you either grind or you just buy the shit, basically.
Well, what? So it's all just cosmetic stuff, like you said.
Yes.
And that's not really play to win.
No,
or
because
whatever.
I mean, there's no real win. I mean, there's your perks are generated. You unlock perks by playing, just like you always have, because you level up, and you can swap perks with your team and everything, but you don't sell them. So
what is the consensus that like microtransactions for stuff like weapons and power-ups and stuff, is that like viewed negatively?
it's viewed as gambling because people will get you get something and it's technically a rare item because it's like one of 1,000, right?
It's like the
And
sword of
then
truth on South Park, right?
right, you get something that's only one of however many, and then you take that thing of value and you sell it for real money in the black market. That Rare and Steam had that problem.
Yeah.
And and then the thing is, people start playing the game just to get these rare items and then sell them to actual players for actual money. And therein, it is a form of gambling because remember that guy got in trouble for sponsoring a site that he said he got all these, all this money on, but it turned out it was his site.
Right. But how did you sell it to other people? Like, how do you transfer your assets from the game? Do you just sell like your player profile or something? Or
Well, on Steam at the time, there's a market because, like I told you, Steam itself, you can get achievements and stuff just like a game, which is really genius on their part. And you got trading cards, and during the sale, basically, if you bought X number of games during the sale, or you did these trivia questions or whatnot, you would get trading cards. And once you got so many, you could use them to craft a badge. Well, if you had extra ones that you didn't need, you could sell them on the market, which I've done, but they're literally pennies on the dollar. So, it's only if, and for me, it's only if you really, really, really need, like, because if you try to level it, you level your badge up. You can make a badge, but then if you get all the exact same cards again, you can craft another badge that's higher level. Or at the end of the sale, if you don't make anything with them, they go away. They're not worth anything. So to me, it's worth selling it for 7 cents if I can buy the one that I'm missing for 5 cents.
yeah. But I mean, is it more gambling if something is rare and if it's like a weapon that gives you an edge, or
I mean,
can
a
it
lot
still
of
be gambling if it's a cosmetic thing is rare too?
Well, that's the thing. I think most of the shit is cosmetic. Like, in CS:GO, it's all about those stupid knives that are different colors. In Team Fortress 2, it was all the hats and shit, and those are free games. So it's not even about playing the game at that point. It's just trying to be Nate and try to get the hookup, trying to do the hustle.
You gotta get on the hustle. Yeah.
But this is like, no, we've got this. This is a feature in the game, and from what the DLC, there's no paid DLC, especially since it's an online game. They can upgrade at any time. There are events that happen that you earn, you earn XP from doing that.
It's definitely not like GTA, like with all the shark cards and all that stuff.
No, and their loot crates aren't even really loot crates. Once you complete a certain objective, like the government has these automated drops where they drop you supplies, and the thing is, if they're I found a couple that I didn't complete these events that happen. These events happen, they're timed and they happen all the time, so you can join to get some more experience and some more points and some more rewards. But I never got into them because I didn't have enough power to defeat enemies on my own. I'm not a group player. But I still
power.
Right, but if I was in the vicinity, they act like I was doing it and I got the rewards anyway. And then the drops, I got all these crafting materials that I wouldn't have got otherwise. And kind of interesting. But nothing is like the form of actual loot crates where you might win. The reason it's gambling is like a loot crate. You get a box and you open it up and there's a rare item in it. And you can sell it, but you got to pay for the chance to get this thing you might sell. See?
Yeah, I see.
So you're paying $5 to bid on something that might get you 3 pennies or $100. That's fucking gambling.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with games, kids play games, so we'll see. Did I skip over? Oh, I did
What do you
skip
think?
over.
Do you have an opinion, Ben?
About gambling on Steam?
Why in general?
Games in general, yeah.
I mean, Ian, you're friends with Nate, who flips anything for a dime. So it's like, you understand if there's a money to be made, people will find it. And unfortunately, gambling, it's a thrill for some people, and it's addictive, and
yeah, people who, the people who gambling ruins their lives. They find a way to do that shit anyways.
I mean, even if you don't have like a game, people will make a game around a thing.
Right.
Like that's why we have drinking games. It's like
right.
Like so. I mean, the only problem is, the real problem is that it's like, you can't really control stuff that happens outside of the system, and, get people under 18, if you can't get them out of it, so like they can end up wasting their parents' money or, getting in a bad place. I don't know.
Yeah, I was watching this one guy who does, I like to watch his vlog sometimes, and he vlogged that TwitchCon that they recently had. And he was at a hotel, and at the hotel they had a chewable like weed or something.
Edibles?
Yeah, like edible thing. He's like, well, I probably shouldn't take this on the plane because he lives in, like Pennsylvania, so.
Right.
But it's just interesting that even hotels are doing that shit now. It's like a lot of these old laws are, getting changed,
Well, even if it's not, technically, like I said, the gambling of the loot crates is technically illegal, but the legislation has not caught up with the technology just yet.
Yeah.
That's all that shit is, on paper, yeah, it's illegal. Are they going to enforce it? They haven't worked on it yet. They're going to work on it. But anyway, I missed one of your stories. I do apologize, Ian. You had AMD's new Threadripper 2 CPUs offer improved performance at a discounted price.
Oh yeah, this is about the what was it? I think it was the 2920 and then the
2970.
Yeah, the 2970 WX or whatever. They were like lower priced versions of those.
Yeah, like the 12 core and the 24 core.
You were trying to even find just regular 1920. Right. That was hard to find.
I mean, in brick and mortar stores, like if you go to Amazon and Newegg, you'll find it. The 1920X, that was hard to find because it was priced so low that it was retarded. Everyone bought those. Now this, go ahead.
Is this going to be because if you were looking at you would have considered the 1920, but now that they have the second gen, or is that something you would think about?
I'm looking at the second gen. The thing is, it's all about what I can afford to get with, and because the second generation has performance, that has been amped up a little bit, and other capabilities and stuff, but like price is still very, very important because like the beginning of this article says, they're still not cheap, but you're not doing this because you're making a budget rig at all.
Right. I mean, it would be nice if you could have a 2 in front of your GPU and your CPU,
Right. I mean, they got a 24 core one that's just now launched, basically, because they started with the 32. They're like, okay, we had to beat Intel because Intel tried to show off with their, 25 core?
Yeah.
So they did 32.
They do the weird numbers like the 18 and the Yeah,
Right.
the 25 or whatever.
But like, yeah, a 24 core is retarded. I mean, it's not the 32 core, so it's going to be a little cheaper. And then a 12 core is, I'm sure the 12 core is probably going to replace the 8 core as the lowest. If I had to imagine.
Oh shit!
None of these CPUs are really targeted at even high-end gamers. We'd recommend a 9900K if you're looking for the best gaming CPUs out there. If you want to do game stream while you game, though, or a heavy multitasker, the new Threadripper CPUs are some of the best. Floyd and I were actually talking about this because he's wanting to eventually build a computer, but for right now, he's okay with Xbox, and I kind of got him interested in Threadripper because I kept talking about what I plan on doing.
Threadripper.
Right, but it wouldn't really appeal to him because he is just a gamer. He doesn't do, multi tasking. He doesn't do content creation. He's not. He would buy a chip with a shit ton of cores, and then to game you'd have to shut them all off. So it's pointless. You're throwing your money away.
Yeah, the only multitasking he does is game and vape.
and then fap.
Yeah.
But anyway, you got one last story here, sir. It would seem.
Yes, I do. This is the other gaming one.
Diablo Immortal on phones. Walkout 3. Reforged top BlizzCon's announcements. Yeah, I was gonna have this article here.
Destiny 2 is a new Diablo game or whatever.
Yeah, there's a new Diablo. Well, Blizzard, makes these series, so they had several. Hold on, I got boogies. Okay.
And we hear that.
Right. It sounds like that. So, yeah, they got a new Overwatch hero. They have a new Diablo coming out apparently, and there's a Destiny 2 is free for your PC. Which I don't know if you remember Destiny. A lot of people liked the first one. Floyd really liked the first one, but then the second one, I think he didn't care.
Wasn't it basically Halo, but not?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
I never played it. I just I know he took off like a week off of work to play it when it came out, and then he lost interest. And then this, like I said, the second one, they have it for free now. If you just sign up with I actually have the article and a link from Slick Deals is where I saw it. If you sign up for a Blizzard account, you get Destiny 2 for PC for free. So I said, why the fuck not, right? I mean, free game is free game.
All these game companies that start with B are got to be making some serious dollar.
Dollar bill, y'all.
Bethesda, Blizzard.
Give me another one. Go ahead.
No.
Okay. No, does not start with a B. Okay. So that was your last article, sir, right?
Right. I think so, yeah.
Okay. Where's my theme song?
Where's your themes? You don't get a theme song. You get a typewriter song.
That's me. These are fresh off the presses here. I'm typing these on an old-timey typewriter. Oh, come on now. I gotta get the whole ribbon. There I go. Backing it up. Okay. Sounds like a printer. Hell is that? Oh. Anyway. Okay, so we already had the Destiny 2 story, so I'm not going to bother with that. I'm going to go ahead on with my main story here. So I played Fallout 76.
How did you like it?
Well, you'll find out.
Frank's like, I'm working up to that, man. This isn't.
Yeah.
We got to do some foreplay first. We can't just go in willy nilly.
Got to tweak the nipples here.
Yeah.
So you must not have heard this story because you didn't have it in yours, and I figured it'd be all over yours. Fallout 76 bug accidentally deletes entire 50 gig beta. So let me sum this up. The beta, you could preload it because it's a 50 gig file. Roughly, it's like 47.6. Woo. But it's roughly 50 gigs.
Bullshit!
Yeah. And they let you preload it before the beta first launched on PC. So the beta launched, there was a countdown timer after you download it for when the game was going to launch. Well, first the time was wrong. It was 2 hours early. And Bethesda said, oh, someone fucked up and put it for the wrong time zone. So, it's wrong. Well, not only did they say it was wrong, they never fixed it. So in the 2 hours, it expired. And then everyone's like, well, maybe I'll just click it and it'll, try to connect to the server and not be able to because the servers aren't going to be up, or it'll do possibly some kind of update. Well, you know what happened? They opened the launcher, and after the countdown ended, it started downloading the beta again. And at first, it was people who just clicked on it. It popped up like that. So Bethesda, they actually tweeted out, please just let it download. Don't click anything. But then people like Franklin opened the launcher, and the beta just started downloading again on its own. So people noticed this whole thing at like 5 o'clock when the beta was supposed to go live at 7. The beta was supposed to be from 7 to 11. And I started late because I had to work, so I come home, and about 8:30, I hop on, and the launcher just goes downloading. But the thing is, everybody and their brother was downloading.
Yeah.
So it was trickling along, even with my slowest speed here, according to the Powerline adapter, is about 30 megabits a second, between 25 and 30. Since it's downloading from Bethesda's server with everybody and their brother, it was going at 1 megabit a second. So that instance of the beta was supposed to last until 11 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, I'm sitting here and I look at it, and I had 3 gigabytes downloaded. So
Shit.
I'm like, motherfucker, I'm not going to sit here till 11 o'clock and watch a progress bar go where I know it's not going to work. So,
yeah, even if you're doing like 100 megs, it's still will take you, like 5 or 6 hours or something?
Yeah, so it only did 3 gigabytes before I went to bed, and I said, well, I was pissed off because, that, and I wasn't the only one, so I realized that this happened to a lot of people. And they gave a timetable of the, when the beta was going to be. So you knew the next time was going to be on the first from 2 to 6 or 2 to 7. Sorry, 2 to 7. I get off work at 4:30. By the time I get home, it would have been 6 o'clock. After I feed the dogs and eat, it's 6:30. So I'd get maybe a half hour of gameplay.
Yeah.
So I would have missed that entire beta. Well, realizing how fucked up this was, Bethesda actually did their fans a solid. Clicking on it. Following PC beta woes, Fallout 76 will get a lengthier session later this week. So the November 1st one, they extended it until 11 o'clock.
Nice.
Which is, a hell of a lot better.
Look at that thing.
Well, that's a Vault Boy after he got mutated.
Are you still with us, man? You turned the lights off.
I think I'm
about to get.
gonna head out, guys. If that's all right with you.
Oh, you on sleeps?
Maybe sleep. Maybe spend some time with the girlfriend. You guys have fun.
Actually, do your date night now.
You can do date night all night long.
Oh, there he goes with that.
All night.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on. You guys be careful.
All right. Well, you guys have a fun weekend. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. I was missing you.
Oh, I was
brother's
missing you
got a
guys
hug.
too. Until I start talking about Fallout, and then I start falling asleep. So, so yeah, you have a good one, guys, and stay out of trouble. And I'll see you on the other
You
side.
do the same, man.
All right, later, bro.
Later.
There he goes. Okay. Now we can talk about him. So,
hey, wait a minute. You hear that, Frank?
No.
Good.
Oh.
That's nice, right? That's what I'm saying. That's nice.
Pete Hines is one of the nice. Pete Hines is one of the execs at Bethesda, and he apologized for the beta download issue, but says it won't be the last bump on the road.
But if you're listening to this, I do apologize.
Oh, the snoring? Yeah.
If you're still tuned into this, thank you. You must really like us.
You like me. You really like me. I saw this title of this article, and the first thing I thought was, "Country Road, take me home to the." That's their theme song for this game, by the way, since it's in West Virginia. So it won't be the last bump on the road. Country road. So I mean, they tried. I mean, I understand it's a beta, and it's called Break It Early Test Application is what they're calling the beta. It's because they're like, it's gonna have bugs, it's gonna have shit wrong with it. The thing is,
Doug didn't understand that, man.
No, he's mad. But anyway, but the thing is, the launcher is the game's in beta, but the launcher is not. So, what the fuck, Chuck?
Right.
I mean, it's a live game that they can update live, so I don't know what the fuck the problem is.
Fuck it.
Do live. Also, I've got a couple little more Fallout articles here just to kind of point out some funny things. Because of the beta, people have realized that just like in Fallout 4, the physics in Fallout 76 are tied to the frame rate. So the faster your frame rate, the faster you move.
Oh yeah, by the way, for our audience, we should technically be able to stream this.
What?
For those that haven't seen any gameplay of it.
What?
Go to your video.
My video. For anyone wanting to see content, while it's still up on my page, go to Hot Rod 54 Chevy at YouTube.
No, I said play your own content.
No, because it's got flagged for copyrighted shit. Because I listened to the.
Well, you could still show the visual part though.
How do we know?
You don't have you piped in.
How do we know that they're not going to say, "Oh, someone else has this on their channel"?
I don't care if you're. I'll go down if you're gonna go down. I'll go down. I don't care.
No, I ain't going down nowhere. If it's going down, I'm going down to bed and taking a nap, like Ben.
Well, at least show us some scrubs of your timeline there.
I don't want no scrub. Scrub is the guy that can't get no love from. Hold on, let me open the video up in one of my a separate window so I can get to a part that doesn't suck.
Yeah. Because I mean, you're allowed to stream the content. That's like people are doing that now all over YouTube, right? Doing let's plays of it. Like if you're part of the beta, you're able to. Because I mean, I know those people weren't allowed to before that, where it leaked or something.
Yeah, they got. I mean, people who leak stuff get in trouble. I think because that was in the. It wasn't the beta.
Right.
can't remember what
Those
the hell
are
it was.
like the few people that were allowed special access or whatever.
Yeah. Well, let me open another tab on this window. There it goes.
Okay.
Now I played at 4K, and I downscaled to 1080 for my recording because I figured it wouldn't.
Yeah, how was the streaming and playing?
Well, I wasn't streaming. I just recorded.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it
Well, I mean,
looked.
how was the recording and playing? Because that takes shit too.
I mean,
Just recording it.
it looked good. It's just my thing is I played, but it defaulted to the textures as low.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I wanted to turn them up to high, but it said these settings will show once you restart the game, and I'm like, I don't want to restart. I just want to fucking. I just want to play. So I played with the textures at low because I just didn't know. I didn't know what the hell to expect because like I was gonna do the whole 3 hours before I went back and watched it anyway. And like certain parts you can tell like look like ass. Like the logo on this robot's chest and all that looks horrible, but the actual the shadows and stuff. Plus, like I said, I've got to get a better graphics card anyway.
So
But
I mean, it looks pretty cool though. Is this most of this game is it indoors or do you get like a lot of wilderness in this game?
oh yeah, well the thing is, West Virginia wasn't hit heavily by the bombs because who gives a fuck? What was the joke about? Oh yeah, same with Kentucky. It's like, did you hear about that tornado that tore through and tore up half of the state? Yeah, it did $120 worth of damage. So a lot of the wilderness is
we
like
love
fine.
our Virginia listeners.
I have family in West Virginia. Trust me, it's all wild shit there. Now, like, see, like this grass and shit is low textured, but like, and the lower texture stuff comes through looking horrible on record. Also, I can't quite tell because this monitor being 4K 1080 is a stretch to look good on here, and then lower quality.
Doesn't it downscale pretty good?
I mean, it's so big though. I just see it blur. I don't know how well it looks on your end.
It looks okay.
But
I mean, it's on my ultra wide, which is 1080 high, but it's even more shrunken down because I think it only streams 720.
It was funny though. I only died once in my playthrough, and that was like the part I wanted. I uploaded this to YouTube just so I could show Floyd the next day before work. I was like, man, check this shit out. This is where I got wrecked.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't take a day off for the beta or something because this was pretty important to you.
Well, most of it is in the evening anyway. Like I was going to come home at 6 and play at 7, and I figured I could do that.
Yeah.
From 7 to 11, shit, yeah. But like,
to the wife, don't bother me.
Well, as soon as I was like, I told her, I'm like, hey, the beta is going on from this time to that time. She's like, so that's where you'll be, huh?
Yeah, you're like, I'm not here anymore. I'm gone.
I wasn't going to say, but yeah. I mean, I don't got wife. I got a wife. I don't got kids or anything. I'm ignoring them. Just
Dude, you'd be going crazy by now if you had like 3 kids or something.
Oh, if I had 3 kids, I would kill myself anyway. But the thing is, like,
that's not funny.
Yeah, it is. But the thing is, like, the beta is Saturday. They're doing it again, and Sunday it's on again. So I'll be playing this weekend some more.
Are you still gonna stay screw it to your character, or are you gonna customize a little bit, or?
Well,
You
like,
just keep straight playing while you have the time.
yeah, I basically get all the time in I can because, well, you can customize your character at any time. You don't have to create the perfect character to start with.
Right.
Because they say change your appearance, change your sex, whatever. And then, I'm just running through trying to I ran through the map and tried to discover everything I could. Because once you discover it, it's marked on your map.
Yeah, that wildlife shot, that stream or whatever, looked pretty good there.
Now, like, I was going in and trying to steal stuff. I found a bobblehead, which is cool because that's like a staple in the games. It's a perk and it gives you like, mine was your health things do better for like, I don't know, a certain percentage of time.
It was the bobblehead.
It was the medic bobblehead. It's just the Vault Boy holding a giant syringe. But I only had a couple little glitches. I had one ghoul that came after me that I kept trying to shoot him, and he just stood there. And then there was that bobblehead. The bobblehead I was trying to get, like, I couldn't actually. I could see it, but when I tried to get it, it would like it's supposed to appear on the bottom and say that you found it, and then you click E for take, but it didn't say it was there. I just kept seeing it. Now, this is where I got wrecked. I wanted to show this part. See, I'm like, oh, okay, a house. All right, I'm going to go in the house. And that guy there, that's a bad guy. So I see him. I've got a machete. I go, I start slicing. And what the hell? Oh, his boy's over there with a gun. I'm coming for you. Well, you hear my heartbeat. I'm dying. Oh, there's two of them. There's two of them shooting at me. And I hear my heartbeat. I'm dying. Thump, 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 thump. And I'm like, oh. And it's like, call for help or give up. And I'm pressing the space button like, call for help. Call for help. I'm critically injured. I got 22 seconds before I'm dead. And these are the few NPC characters in the game. They're just like not even real people.
Actual people.
No, for a multiplayer game, I only saw real people twice.
Yeah, how many times did you meet somebody and did they kill you?
No, well, they can't kill you until you're level 5.
Oh, okay.
This is the map, by the way, instead of just a green screen like before. Yeah. Oh, this is just zoomed in. I zoom out later.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you were looking around that they've really gotten good in video games with the nature and the trees and the grass and all that shit.
It looks a lot better. Like that's why I was playing it, and like I told you, I got back to where I originally went when I played Fallout 4. I saw the trailer and I said, I want to build a computer for that. Now I play this and I'm like, I want to build a better computer for this.
Yeah, see that shot, that looks pretty nice. That's the stream thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think just in general too, like the artists that are making these games, it's not just the hardware, like they're actually getting better at doing all this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're doing like, I was watching some demos of them doing like 3D scanning, like different environments and stuff. And
they said there's like over 7,000 items that you can find and scrap and craft with in the game. So like, not only do they find the items and say what their components are, like this is 2 leather and 1 wood and whatever. So here's the bobblehead and me struggling trying to get it. But it's just like all these different textures they make and everything. Like I said, this is a low setting. I'm going to try it at a higher setting, but I really need a better graphics card. Metal bobblehead. That's what I was trying to do. When used, health is 30% more for your, things. Last for an hour. But yeah, I'm just running around gathering stuff and having a blast. Like the first time I played it, like I said, I got wrecked and then I respawned.
Get wrecked.
And then right before, it's like 10 minutes until the server goes down.
All right, kids, you gotta 10 minutes till you gotta stop, kids.
Right. Well, what I had seen in the trailers is people like in the, people who are like, here's what happened in our playthrough. The one guy climbed up to an vantage point and he surveyed the area, which you can do, and it marks all the places on your map without actually going to them. And I'm like, well, fuck, that's a lot easier than actually, because the map is huge. I didn't want to walk to them. if I didn't have to. So I went up to a mountain and because it's in West Virginia, there's mountains. So I climbed up as high as I could before the time ran out. And I heard this noise, and I look back behind me, and there's a fucking super mutant coming after me. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I don't want to die the last 5 minutes of my stream. But no, there's audio chat, but I didn't turn it off or opt in to be in a group chat. It's just like I heard people chat out of nowhere. Like I should have found that part in the video because I'm walking around and I hear a guy go, I don't know, he like left the server. What the fuck? And one dude, they're supposed to have push talk like a grown up. No, this guy is a savage. I just hear. I'm like, dude, I don't want to fucking hear your breathing in my ear. So, yeah,
you're like jerking off probably.
Right. Now, the thing I said about your frame rate is where your
the gameplay crisis.
Right. Your frame rate is where your the physics of the game lie. Well, the thing is, if you unlock your frame rate, you can technically run faster. Even though this is on a server, people are going in and editing files and making their frame rate unlocked and then going fast as hell and getting all these achievements and pissing people off. So I don't know. By the way, I'm going to throw this article up. I did not actually read it because it might even be clickbaity, but I sent it to Floyd and I want to show it to everybody else because, you know, he's got kids and all that. And he was even saying, there's too many games. I don't have time. I was like, do you still play this? And he's like, oh, no, I don't. I don't have time. How to play long video games when you have no time.
Yeah, I do. I want to try that. Red Dead Redemption looks pretty good. The second one.
They were saying there's code in the mobile thing that says that possibly it might come to PC. I hope it does.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to buy an Xbox.
You would play that up if it does, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but only if it came to PC. I'm not going to buy an Xbox to play it because I don't care that much.
Right. But these games though are up your alley though, huh? The survival stuff.
I mean, kind of open world. You can run around, do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
By the way, Elon Musk went on a firing spree over slow satellite broadband progress.
Uh-oh.
Because, you know, they were doing that broadband satellite for SpaceX, which he still is the CEO of. He's not the CEO of Tesla.
Who's the CEO of Tesla?
Well, remember they booted him out because he said, I'm thinking about taking it private, and then fucked that up.
Yeah.
But he's fired at least 7 managers in order to speed up the development. So good. He wants to give us faster internet in space. Thanks, Elon Musk. You Batman. I told you he's got a bat cave. I don't care if he's Tony Stark. He's fucking Batman.
That's none of your business, Doug would say.
Who cares? Why we gotta be up their ass?
Yeah, because we're asking about if he had any, if he's like cheating on anybody,
right,
or something. We're just saying, hey, that's cool that he has a bat cave. It has to do with technology and stuff.
Right.
But no, it's none of your business.
It's got an African elephant under there and Verizon won't speed up 5G build out despite FCC preempting local fees. Verizon also lowering capital investment in 2018 despite net neutrality repeal. Verizon Wireless says it will not move faster on building its 5G cellular network despite a FCC decision that erased $2 billion worth of fees for the purpose of spurring faster 5G deployment. I mean, the whole reason that net neutrality is needed is because competition is always a good thing, but they're trying to make it a monopoly, and then they're going to get complacent, just like NVIDIA. There's no fucking competition. Who gives a shit? Why should we do 5G? Fuck it. You're fine with 25 megabits. Right?
They're like, fine, leave. We'll see you later.
Right. Go build your own fucking network. Like Louis C.K. said before he started beating off on phone calls with women, he He said, "Oh, you hate Verizon? Go and make your own cell phone service and see what happens. Climb up to a phone tower with some hubcaps and tell us what happens." But
I'll go back and find some of those AOL CDs.
yeah, FCC falsely claims community broadband an ominous threat to the First Amendment. In reality, the real threat posed by community broadband is to big telecom's monopoly revenues. They're not going to say that, but it's the fucking truth. I'm not even going to read it. Read, people. Become enlightened.
So basically, they're saying it's a threat to the First Amendment to have competition.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. I mean, the thing is, they want community broadband is supposed to be a good thing. Your community is supposed to come together and do things for the government wants people to do things for the community and local and not on a big government level. That's why they say we don't need to regulate it. They'll regulate itself. But then they say, oh no, this affects freedom of speech. So they the freedom of speech of what? The rich companies to say, oh no, that's ours. Get off ours. I mean, everyone should be allowed to make money. If it works better, they're just trying to shut it down. That's all it is. Because how many articles have I pulled up where they say, oh, this might actually make internet faster for thousands of people in an area that wouldn't even have internet? And it's usually old government resources that they're not using anymore, so they decide to deploy it for, I guess commercial or rural use. But by the way, I don't know how applicable this is to you. I had that story about Destiny 2, and then when I was trying to find it, I found this. You said you have 16 gig sticks of Trident Z.
Yeah, I have 32. I'd like to get 2 more 16, then it would be 64.
Okay, what speed did you have?
I only got like the 2400 because I was more concerned with just getting as much RAM as I could,
Okay, it's kind of gone down some. These are on Newegg. It looks like you could get 2 16 gig sticks of Trident Z, 3200 for $250. So I don't know what you paid first.
The only thing is I think if I got higher speed RAM, I think it would go down to the slower speed of my other RAM.
Right.
Unless if I overclock the lower RAM somehow or whatever.
I mean, I don't know if this is just showing the highest speed deal and then there's a similar deal for lower speed. Let me.
Well, I think for the Ryzen processors, I thought they only supported up to 2666 or whatever.
They take a faster speed. Faster is usually best.
Well, I might have to do a BIOS update or something then to do that, because when I remember that was the whole controversy first when the Ryzen came out, is that they only supported up to like the RAM support was kind of wonky when it first came out.
What was your speed again?
2400. I don't even know if you can find it anymore.
Let me look here. 2400, 2 16 gig sticks.
Yeah.
Let's see, 2 8 gig sticks, 4 16 gig. No. 2 16 gig sticks of 2400 you can get for $239.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. That's about what I paid for it back then.
That's if that's what you want, 2 16 gigabyte sticks. Right?
The only thing is I'm worried. I hope my memory is still good, because I remember I still haven't redone my computer yet, and I remember I was getting some kind of, whenever it would blue screen, it was saying something about memory. So hopefully it's fine.
I know with Threadripper you have to go in and manually set your XMP settings. I don't know about regular Ryzen.
Right. Well, when me and my friends helped me and put together my computer, we had an issue where it wasn't booting right until we selected something. We selected an option with the DCP or whatever. So I guess they had something to do with the XMP, because I guess apparently I watched Gamers Nexus video on the
Yeah.
the RAM and the XMP and all that stuff, and I guess
everyone should. By the way, Gamers Nexus has really in-depth. They did an entire video series on how to apply thermal plates for Threadripper.
Yeah.
So that's insane. But
basically, all the different vendors of the motherboards and stuff have their own. Like it goes really deep. They have their own like versions of XMP or something.
Right, and you got to have your cast latency is very important. It's usually you want faster RAM, but your cast latency is more important than your actual speed, I think.
Yeah, like I'd like to get into the overclocking stuff with the RAM, because I think you do have a little bit of overhead with before you have to get some kind of coolers for the RAM sticks. But I don't know, like all the timings and stuff. I don't know what you're supposed to do.
Right.
You know.
This by the way, this might sound like I'm bitching, but if I have a slight speech impediment or I start making words sound wrong, where I had my surgery on my gums, I literally have more space in between my teeth, and when I speak, sometimes air goes in between my teeth and goes behind my lips, and I sound like Daffy Duck.
We all know you're a redneck with the space in front of your teeth, in your front teeth, right?
No. This is my right side teeth. It's not even the front teeth. So it's like going on my cheek.
I see. Yeah.
I was trying to say latency, and it was like latency. But yeah, these are, like I said, 2400, 16 gigabytes. They have pretty high review there. I'll go ahead and link this in the chat for you so you can open it in one of your tabs and bookmark it or something. Let me throw it in there for you. If I can get to that. I forgot that this window, it sees it as a 1080, so it sees this screen as smaller than it is.
Okay.
So I was like, why is my mouse not going? Okay.
Yeah. If I have to get new RAM, I'll keep this in mind. But I mean, I think this should still be under warranty, my RAM, because I think you get like 3 years on these. Does it mention a warranty on that?
Let me go spec. A warranty. Limited warranty. So I have that gray theme here. So refund is 30 days. Refund and replacement 30 days. Limited parts, limited warranty, parts lifetime. But you know how that is. I think it's just during the actual use. As long as you're not overclocking, like you said, you just had it sitting there, right?
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, if I had to replace the RAM and buy it, because that's gonna take time. Even if I am able to get a warranty on it, all that processing would probably take like the standard 6 to 8 or 4 to 6 or whatever.
Right.
But whatever. It's just after this, I won't be able to get any money because I'll buy the card and then I have to save money to actually buy other people's stuff.
Right.
For Christmas.
Well, you could just wait till Christmas and maybe have $20 extra to buy on your card. By the way, I'm surprised you didn't have this story. NVIDIA RTX 2080 Ti graphics cards are dying in alarming numbers. Have you heard anything about this?
No.
Okay. Well, this is the TIs is the problem, not the regular 2080s apparently. I had read articles. I have 2 articles basically are the same story here. There's this one and go away ad.
Go away, you bother me.
Come on. Paste to go, here we go. NVIDIA's flagship RTX 2080 Ti graphics cards are failing more than they should. This is a better title because I saw a video or two where they were going in a deeper dive about it because the thing is people were getting them and there were videos of like artifacting or like the black screen and it just wouldn't work. So people were RMAing them. And the thing is, these are brand new cards. So you have to have a new card to send back to replace the RMA card. Well, they can't keep them in stock for people ordering the fucking things, let alone replacing the busted ones. So they're having issues with that. And as such, it might seem like more of an issue. They don't know the size of the people that are having these issues. If it's literally hundreds out of thousands, that's a real problem. If it's dozens out of millions, that's within the margin of, okay, this is launched, there are problems, we'll fix it. So we really don't know, you know, there are topics on NVIDIA's message board where they, you know, people are like, hey, it's black screen, et cetera, et cetera. UFD Tech, which is another guy on YouTube I started watching from South Africa, he tested he's got a 28 Ti that he said on every other machine, the 28 Ti will work fine. But one machine in particular, if he's running a 10 series card and it works, you shut it down, put in the 2080 Ti, and try to install drivers, it won't let you do it. It black screens or blue screens or whatever the hell screen. So he's like, maybe this is only like your computer is incompatible, and then you have to RMA to get a card that is compatible, but since they're so out of stock, you're just not able to get one. There's a bunch of variables here, but it's something to be aware of and to be mindful of before you spend $1,200 on a card, because one guy they showed, he had to go on his third RMA card before it worked. Like, he RMA'd his first one, he got his replacement, it didn't work either, and then the third card worked. So that's a lot of shit.
So TI standing for totally invalid.
Time involved, lots. I don't know. Now, like I had said, go ahead.
I was gonna ask you because I could technically right now I could put my 4080 in my FX build. I was wondering, would I need to reinstall my Radeon drivers for that?
I don't know. I don't know if they're dependent on the graphics card or not. I've only had one graphics card, dog. You either have to reinstall them for that card, or you have to update them. I'm not 100% sure. Just fucking look it up on YouTube, dog. Updating graphics card, and then there'll be some guy doing it.
Well, if I do, I'll probably have to use. I thought AMD made a driver cleaner or whatever.
I don't know. I don't fucking know. But to touch back on what we were talking earlier about Threadripper, I like this because their theme when they launched Threadripper was heavy metal.
Yep.
So that's pretty badass.
By the way, did you see Linus' video on the all metal fan?
No.
Cooler.
Linus puts out a video every like 20 minutes, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Because he's got a team making them, and he just goes up and goes, Squarespace. Tunnel Bear.
True, man.
Socks with sandals.
Well, I mean, he definitely used to be more part of the team back when they were living in a house, but
right when they did Scrapyard Wars and his car had a busted windshield.
Yeah.
Now it's just pink. So, but yeah, I just have another article for people who are interested in the pricing for.
What's the pricing going to be?
Well, here it is on a chart. So it's easy because the way we were in before was just breaking down when you got names that are just numbers with letters next to them. It's like a goddamn code. Versus here, you can see this model has this many cores and threads with this frequency. Here's how, the wattage, and then here's how many PCIe lanes, which they're all the exact same there. Then the prices, and then the availability dates. That's handy information to have.
What's the 2920 or whatever going to be? Is that going to be pretty affordable?
The 12 core 24 thread is going to be $649.
Okay.
Which currently you could buy a 1950X,
which is a 16 core.
Yes, the first gen though. You could buy that for I think that much on at Micro Center. I think to put things into perspective.
But this second gen has a higher, like a higher frequency or whatever.
I think that's what it is. Let me. Oh, it's actually it went down. It's a 600. So if you go in a store, you could buy a 1950X for 600. 3.4 gigahertz. Now I said that was the 1950X. So the 2950X is at 4.4 because that's the boost, and then the base frequency is 3.5 versus.
And what about the 1920? Because that's still, or the 2920, that's still more expensive than the 16 core, right?
Yeah, just by like $50. The 2920, the 2920 is 649.
And what's the frequency on that?
Same, the 4.3 to 3.5. 3.5 for the base, 4.3 for the boost. Now, but like I said, this is $599. You get a 16 core, but it's the first gen. So
is that 2920 worth more of the price?
29. Well, see, that's the thing here. They just announced the 2920, so the 2920 is $50 more. I mean, it's a second gen part. It's less threads though, or less cores even, but it's a second gen part, and because if you get where the hell is it? If you get the 2950, which is the direct replacement for the 1950, the 1950 is 600. If you get the 2950, you're looking at 850.
Yeah, that's like the baller one.
Yeah,
the WX one or whatever.
The 2950 is actually the second. The baller one is the 2990.
Yeah, that's like the
that's the behemoth.
Yeah,
32 core. It's on sale for $1,700.
For all intents and purposes, that's basically just a workstation.
That's what the WX stands for. It's a work, they're like, this is not intended for gaming. I'm sure like a quarter of your threads, you could go into your process and set it up so a quarter of your cores are assigned just to your game, and then the rest are allocated to something else. I mean, it's not really, we're not fully there yet, but potentially that's a possibility. Can you imagine that? Your chip is gaming, but only on part of its cores. The rest are doing something else.
Yeah, you could have that be part of like the, what was that build that they did before and they're kind of doing now with their editors? They did 8 gamers, 1 computer, and now they're doing like
the dual Xenon.
6 editors and 1 thing or whatever.
Right. Well, the thing is with the way that Threadripper works is they're Infinity Fabric. They're glued together, if you ask Intel. So they have latency issues, supposedly, is the main reason a lot of people are like, oh no, the 32 core is no good for gaming. It's 32 core. You're not giving a fuck about gaming. So
2008 and C.
Right. Well, the thing is, it's not optimized right now. The way that the cores work, they just bounce around and go to, allocate to wherever. I heard somewhere that supposedly you could, there's apps where you could figure out on the fly which cores are better for what task and then assign those to it so that it'll be it'll function better all the time. I don't know how realistic that is. I don't know how practical it is. I just heard it in theory. And I said, man, that's just to have the chance to do that. That's why my plan next year is instead of buying a whole new computer, just buying the 32 core and basically having a new computer. But I have to build out specs. Like if I want to go total nuts to the wall and do, a 2080 Ti now, and then, eventually, hell, why not do SLI? Because fuck it, who gives a shit? And then a 32 core. So basically, I'd be looking at about 1,000 watts. So I'd have to get a stupid power supply and all this other shit for something I wouldn't need right now to just future proof myself. But yeah, they do have them listed as in stock. It looks like for the 2970, which is the 24 core, which is a new one because they didn't have a 24 core before. They have the 12 core, which is the 2920. You can't even get a 1920. Those are just out of stock everywhere. If you do find them, they're used and they're all over the place. They were so cheap, everyone and their brother got them.
Are they doing it? A 2900? Because I know they did a 1900. That was basically the
I don't think
core,
so.
which is kind of like a side grade to the Ryzen.
I think the 12's as low as they're going to go. Let me see. Yeah, currently that's what's listed. My luck, I'll fucking buy the 12 and then they'll come out with a higher clocked 8 or some shit.
Well, here's my question: is latency, is that what separates like your FX 8 core between that and like a Ryzen or whatever?
Well, at its heart, Threadripper is Ryzen. It's just glued together more of them. The 8 core, if you remember, they had 2 dummy dies and 2 real dies. Now that I think they're going with all live dies, that's why I'm thinking this 16 core and the 12 core might be the smallest. But that's just my guess. I don't fucking know. My guess is it's like an iPhone. You buy the 8, and then the next year they go, "Oh no, we want you to buy the 16 or the 32 or the 64 or the fuck your mother." Now,
well, what do you think about Intel? They're not doing like their lower end, newer generation things. They're not doing any hyper threading. I don't know if we really talked about that, but you have to go like the most expensive one if you want the hyper threading. That's 16 core or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's stupid. I mean, I thought that was their feature, the main selling point.
Yeah, well, the flagship one is going to be a hyper threaded 32 core, I think, or 32 threads, 16 cores. But the other lower ones, because they had different levels of them. The lower ones you had that were cheaper, they didn't have any thing. I think Gamerman Nexus did a video on it.
I'm sure they did. I'm not up to snuff on my Intel stuff. All I know is me no won't give them money, so me not give a fuck. I stopped paying attention. I stopped giving a shit.
Well, this apparently you're a little bit more what's the term? Fickle with NVIDIA.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at performance, and Intel, yes, they have solid gaming performance, but their workstation, you can build a Xeon, setup all you want, but it's going to cost a lot more. So I don't know. I threw this in here just for the lulls, and because it's kind of interesting. Now, when Threadripper came out, the thing was it supported ECC memory. And I think that's because it was really a throwback to the Epic chip series, which was server grade.
Yeah, would you ever get an Epic for like a streaming server or something?
No, because I'm poor. How much is an Epic chip, Ian?
Oh, I have no idea, man.
Oh, well, let's see here. Hold on.
Because I know you still want to do a raid server.
Yes, but on a small
or whatever.
Yeah, we do shopping. Oh yeah, here's a 2.1 8 core for $529.
Why are they so expensive? Is it just like they just have a higher latency or something?
They're consumer grade. They're not consumer grade, is what it is. They're meant to get Intel's share of the server market.
Oh, is it like that kind of thing where we're slap on? It's meant for companies so we could charge more.
Yes. Also, it's meant to go all the time. Your Threadripper balls-to-wall system is probably not going to be on 24/7 versus the server. Yeah, it's gonna. Also, it does other things and it runs things differently. Now,
Well, if you keep this FX build, that's going to run all the time. That's going to be your NAS, right?
until I get my 32 core, and then I'm just going to get another motherboard and stick the one I'm buying this year chip in it.
What are you going to do with the FX? Or are you going to let it collect dust?
No. Offsite location, dog.
Oh, what?
Offsite backup, dog.
Oh, okay.
It's good. They say it's good to have your shit in rules of 3, in the cloud, local, and then offsite, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm working on it. I don't trust the fucking cloud. You know what happens? Oh, got to download it all over again. Oh, your latest one erased everything you used to have. But anyway, it's getting to be 1 a.m. Let me get on with these articles. This
Okay.
one I just threw in here because it's about Threadripper and ECC RAM. Because
that's error correcting.
yes, which is what you want for server, because it's just like using a security disk. If you use a security hard drive for a NAS, you're asking for trouble because they don't check for errors. They just continually write to. And if you're writing something and then you're trying to read it and it never corrected it, you might have fuck ups. And that causes a lot of read errors and write errors. So this is about the ECC memory and just a nice little read. I threw it in here because I knew some people that actually had asked me about ECC for Threadripper, and I knew it supported it, but I didn't go through any particulars because at the time I was building gaming / workstation rigs, which I don't give a shit about ECC for that because ECC is very expensive. Now my next, when I do make another NAS and I throw in my Threadripper chip, if I have the money to throw around, why the fuck not? But I don't know, because even free NAS, they recommend you to have a gig per terabyte of storage and hopefully ECC. But if not, but
you need to wine and dine your boss for a raise, man.
Yeah, good luck. Also, since we were just talking about Epic, which is what a lot of people argue, Threadripper, no one argues. Threadripper is based off of Epic. They didn't even really want to make it for consumers, but they said, you know what, fuck it, we'll go ahead and do it cheaper. It'll be gimped compared to Epic because Epic cost. That's what it is. That's the only thing to separate it. They got to gimp it a little bit to make you want the higher end platform. And then people I talked to were like, oh, well, they're never going to do a 64 core version. So that 32 is it. That's all they can do. Rumor, AMD EPYC 2 processors could get 64 cores over 8+1 dies. That's fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So that would be 128 threads.
That'd be like 2 32-core chips. Instead of that's what their thing is. It's the most cores in a single socket. Because even a dual socket Xeon, that's still dual socket.
Yeah.
So,
well, I've been always wondering, like, in general, it seems like, do you think we've been kind of moving kind of slow with the, like the computer speeds and stuff? Because, I mean, they say the doubling, but like every year, whatever, with that Moore's Law. But, I mean, it seems like when are we going to have it when we're like a terahertz or something equivalent of a computer? I mean, we've been talking gigahertz since the mid 2000s,
I saw a terabyte of RAM and someone had a picture of it and it was ridiculous. You couldn't even see the motherboard.
Yeah.
It was just all metal, like DIMM slots. Also, there's a hilarious problem with the Pixel 3. There's a bug that adds a second notch to the side.
Does yours have a notch in it?
No, because I have
on the-
I have the first gen. And by the way, the Pixel offers an option where if you don't want the notch, you tell it I don't want a notch, and then the parts of the screen that go up above the notch to the left and to the right are turned black. So so for all intents and purposes, you just have a chin up top and at the bottom. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so I wouldn't even notice it, but I don't want one.
Have you even thought about your next phone?
No, honestly no. I haven't had any problems with the one I have. I have over 100 and something gig. It's still the Pixel 1. It actually does everything I need it to.
I don't give a
Yeah, it it doesn't. It gets all the updates from Google. Like you said, your phone is still running what, Oreo?
Yeah, it's like the newest phone that came out, and it's like,
Yeah, I got P when it came out the day of, so no problems. That's the only reason I look at other phones. I go, man, that's beautiful, or that looks fast. Like the stupid gaming phones like Razer and Asus. I was like, oh, whatever. Then they said 120, hertz monitor, and I'm like, what? I want that on my screen, but then I'm like, no, I can't give up the updates because as soon as they say there's a new update, boop, I got it.
yeah, but I mean, what can you do in a new OS though?
I mean, it's just snappier, better. Like there are slightly new features. The things you did before are actually, they're like, wouldn't it be great if this did this instead? And then they do it. It's not totally different. It's not like going from Android to, a Windows phone or something stupid like that. It's incremental updates, but stuff's better. Now, when they start updating stuff and your shit just stops working, like my wife's old phone, she tried to get emojis and like instead of a emoji, she just had an X. What did you send me? I didn't even see it. Then she had to get a new phone.
Yeah, my tablet is still on Android 5, whatever that's called.
Right. Now, stop using Microsoft Edge to download Chrome unless you want malware.
What?
Or maybe
how are you supposed to get Chrome if you're?
Oh, hold on. For many people who purchase a new Windows 10 PC, Microsoft's built-in Edge browser has one purpose: to download an alternative browser like Google Chrome. The most common way to do this for people who don't have the URL memorized, type download Chrome in the address bar and click the first result provided by Bing search. Unfortunately, those unsuspecting users have a high chance of downloading malware and adware. That's because Bing has been serving up malicious but highly visible Google Chrome ads for months. This weekend, Twitter user Gabriel Landau enjoyed his first few hours with a Windows 10 laptop by doing this exact thing. Video and Twitter link. The top results for this download Chrome search via Edge looked ordinary enough, except that when he clicked it and resulting domain was googleonline2018.com, the fake site isn't an exact copy of Google's own Chrome landing page, but looks genuine enough to fool people. The download itself is called chromesetup.exe, but examine the digital signature reveals alpha criteria limited. That's definitely not Google.
Wow.
So, I mean, this is to say stop doing it. It sounds like normal people, not noobs. I worked with a guy who would click the browser and it would instantly pull up Bing and he would type Google and hit enter. So he was doing a Bing search for Google, and then he would go in and change his search from that to whatever it was, and he thought he was on Google. I said, no, just type in google.com. That brings up the fucking page.
Yeah, there's your first problem there is you should have gotten a Google search in.
Yeah, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He's, the older generation, as we say.
Yeah.
Not so tech savvy.
Help me get this Chrome on here?
No, thanks. I mean, just get out of the way and let me do it. If I have to explain it to you, it's already a problem.
My grandson said that Chrome is better.
I mean, it is, but by the way, check this out. Research. Wired headphones sound better than Bluetooth sets.
By the way, speaking of ads, are you just as tired as me as getting multiple ads at the beginning of your YouTube video? It's like you have to go like through 2 or 3 ads.
I haven't seen too many in the beginning. I get them in the middle of a fucking video. That's annoying because it's like if it's a very popular video, as soon as you launch it, you see all these yellow tabs, and you're like, "Son of a bitch!" There's gonna be like 5 ads in this fucking thing.
Yeah, are those auto-generated, or does the creators decide when the ad is gonna pop up in their video? Because some of them I see it's like 20 things. It's like, geez, dude, you trying to get money that badly?
I think they're auto-generated because once you set it up to, excuse me, for monetization, I think the algorithm just goes, "This is a popular video. Let's throw a shit ton more ads in it."
I guess, man. Damn.
Because I mean, if you're purposely plugging in ads, people are gonna get mad and unsubscribe to your shit. At least I would. Be like, this asshole trying to get money.
Yeah.
But
so what's this about?
Wired headphones sound better than Bluetooth, but you probably won't notice.
Well, I mean, no shit. I mean,
it's a hard wired connection. But see, technically, if you want to argue, technically, PS2 connection is better than USB for your mouse.
Yeah, a lot of hardcore gamers will do PS2, I guess, you know.
But
that's a good question. I wonder if there is any PS2 RGB keyboards, if you can even do that.
Well, like I bought an adapter for this keyboard, thinking I could use it because my motherboard has PS2. But the thing is, I got the wrong one, I think. Because look, I got really shitty ones from China.
It doesn't recognize it.
Not the
you better recognize.
Right. Yeah, see, I got some of these.
Hey, you're trying to chimp out and get the cheap shit. These.
Important notice: this is a passive adapter and only used with USB mouse or USB keyboard that are both USB and PS2 compliant. So see, it's not. You gotta get a fucking special one if it's like.
I think you gotta get the purple ones. Because I always thought that the green meant mouse.
Well, like it said, this is a passive adapter.
Do the purple one there. Purple nurple.
Let's see here.
Yeah, usually it's always harder to find something good that goes backwards from digital to analog.
Right. I mean,
usually the other way around is easier, I think.
Well, the thing is, you know, it's a direct hard interrupt from your mouse or your keyboard to the CPU. Why would you not want it? And it's gonna be
USB port.
That, and it's going to be faster because the USB port has to poll. Granted, it's milliseconds, but it has to poll versus you press the button and the CPU goes, yeah.
Dude, people can pwn within milliseconds, right?
I mean, it's stupid. We have to say this. I actually read a post on Reddit about this, but think about it. With gaming, people want the console because they're like, "Oh, what's the fun in using a mouse?" It's more accurate. You're literally clicking on what the hell you're trying to do. Versus you got to use a controller. I can't use a controller. I end up going in a corner looking down.
And then they release mouse and keyboard for Xbox.
And everyone goes and buys it because they think it's better. I had a buddy who bought he bought the iPhone and he's like, I can't stand it. I'm going to go back to Droid. And then they said, now that the iPhone Verizon. He's like, oh, I got to get that now. I'm like, well, you just said Droid's better. And so,
some people are just fickle, man.
All right. By the way, this is in my section of Doug stories.
Been fixed next.
Right. Google may offer a subscription service for Android apps. Because, they weren't getting enough money. Many people aren't that fond of paying for mobile apps, but Google might have a simple solution. Bundle it all in a subscription. XDA and Quinn have discovered both code preferences and a Google opinion reward survey hinting at a Play Pass app subscription service. According to the survey, it might offer hundreds of dollars worth of apps and games for an unspecified monthly rate. There's no indication that if or when Play Pass will go live, but don't count on giving it a spin just yet. I got another way that people will get shit for free. It's called they download the fucking APK.
Well, yeah, but that's illegal.
Well, yeah, but, because that stops people.
Right, but, I mean, what's this, like, that's a bad business model, I think, though, because what's to stop you just from, like, I mean, I don't know what the pricing of it is going to be, but, like, what's to stop people from just paying once for the upgrade for that year and then waiting the rest of the year, Because I'm sure they're going to be charging you monthly or something, right?
Yeah, that's what it said.
And I think they're probably going to stick with, like, one Android version per year or whatever, right?
I have no fucking idea.
I guess it's kind of like the season pass ideas, but I mean, like, I guess those kind of worked okay because you were like, oh yeah, might as well take my money, for the season pass.
Right, shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
By the way, here's the ultimate Doug one. Apple just can't stop throttling iPhones. You can now download and install iOS 12.1. It means you'll finally be able to use group FaceTime, LOL, access 70 new emoji, and get rid of the annoying image blur that caused Beautygate. If you own an iPhone 8 or iPhone X, it also means that your processor will get throttled as the battery degrades in order to avoid unexpected shutdowns. It's okay if that doesn't seem like a neat feature. It's actually very controversial. Perhaps as a result, the processor throttling detail is sort of buried in the release notes of iOS 12.1 near the bottom of a long list, and under the header Other Improvements and Fixes, the document reads, adds a performance management feature to prevent the device from unexpectedly shutting down, including the option to disable this feature if an unexpected shutdown occurs for iPhone X, iPhone 8, and iPhone 8 Plus.
Well, what the fuck do you expect Apple to do? They're supposed to let the phones die?
Right. Well, you fucking bitched about it. That's the way they intended. That's shit you shouldn't fuck with.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's all about everyone doing, the most to get the most out of their hardware and controlling their own device, unless it's an Apple device, and then you don't fuck with it. That's the way God intended it.
Right.
I mean, pretty much, right? You should be able to. Your old HP, you should be able to tear it open and put a new hard drive in it. Why the fuck not? Oh, an iMac? What are you, stupid, Linus?
Yeah, he gets all those free computers he tinkers around with and shit, but once it comes to Apple stuff, it gets sacred, I remember seeing this one guy. He was screaming at the screen because he was watching one of those videos of back when like the iPad first came out or whatever, and people were like banning them and like cracking him or whatever. He's like, "Why would you do that? Oh my god!" He was like so pissed because he's an Apple fanboy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the Apple devices are sacred or something. Some people have like lines of stuff in their rooms.
Right. Well, anyway, that was my last story.
They fixed it next.
Yeah.
Doug. He's just.
Well, anyway, sir.
Yeah, I guess he couldn't come on today because he's getting swole.
Yeah, leg day.
Leg day.
I won't be on. Well, I'm gonna game this weekend, so I don't know when the next stream is gonna be. But if it's I know when the next stream is gonna be. I don't know when the next beta thing is gonna be because the game launches on the 14th. So they haven't announced dates for that. If it conflicts with our show,
I know it's gonna happen. You're gonna choose the game.
you, Ben, and Solange might be chatting it up.
No, I ain't doing that shit. I'll probably take it all too. Yeah.
We might take a bye week.
So, but you said it's supposed to come out of the beta. It's supposed to open up again this weekend.
Yeah, from 5 to 9 tomorrow, and then sometime on Sunday, I think. Let me pull up the hours while I'm talking to you.
Will you be pissed if you sleep through that shit?
Trust me, I'll wake up. Okay, hold on.
Dude.
Now it's gonna be in your head, huh? The beta, Xbox One, don't care. Okay. Yeah, November 3rd from 5 to 9, 4th from 2 to 9. That's all they've announced so far. So,
you think when the beta is over, you think you'll get to level 5 or whatever, where he gets to get killed?
I mean, I only played for 3 hours, and you start out as level 2 when you exit the vault, and I got up to like level 4 or 5 before I finished my 3-hour playthrough. So it doesn't take long at all. You just walk around and discover shit and shoot shit.
Now, what was that mode that you said you could be just passive or whatever?
You're by default on passive mode until you're at level 5, and then you can turn it back on if you don't want to fight other players. And if you have problems with people still bothering you and trying to murder you, you can block everybody, so you won't see them, they won't see you.
You think that's what a lot of people are going to do, is level up a lot and then just start killing a lot of people when you have all the shit?
Well, the thing is, there's nothing really to. If you kill somebody, all you're going to drop is your scrap stuff you find. All your weapons stay on you, and your money stays on you. And if they kill you when you're being passive and not trying to fight, then a bounty is put on them, and everyone on the map can see them, and the bounty is taken out of their pocket.
Yeah.
So that's I have to say that it's the most aggressive anti-grieving thing I've heard, and it seems like it'll work. I don't see why anyone would be an asshole and try to purposely get all their shit stolen, you know?
It's like you put a bounty and it's like, this dude's about to drop the soap, man.
Right. I mean, if you do die, you can come back and kill him. That's big fucking deal. Now, you can't really camp, I mean, because you can choose where you respawn. And if you want to respawn and settle the score, then, you know, what's to keep them from coming back? Or, you know, if it's somewhere they respawn close by and, you know, going for reinforcements, go get power armor and just destroy you. I mean, you can seek revenge once someone wrongfully kills you. So it's,
yeah,
you know, the player PvP has to be approved, and, you know, they almost make it uninteresting, is what I basically had heard, and it kind of makes sense. So I don't know. I'm trying to level up and get to where I feel comfortable with you know, right now I'm not comfortable in the environment because some of the controls are a little different. If I had thought about it, I would have had a screen up on the other side with the keys for what does what, so I could look at it without having to go to the fucking, you know, settings screen and scroll through each one and go, what was it again? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have, when I get my 2080, I'll have to give the new Fallout and just show you how it looks, everything maxed out, you know?
No. It well, like, also the weapons have they can degrade, so you have to repair them and shit. The older games had that, and then they got rid of it in 4, then they brought it back, and I'm like, I don't want to have to repair shit. I just want to find it again. Oh, I found a rifle. I can't even use it because it's locked. You can't use it until you're level 5. I'm level 4 or whatever, so I can't use it yet. I use a shitty pistol.
Yeah, I saw you had a pistol on the stream.
Yeah, well, I have two, but they look. I don't know how you're supposed to distinguish it. They look the exact same.
Yeah.
I don't know, but and like I found a machete, or I can't remember if I made it or I found it because you can crack. That's right, I made the second pistol. That's what I did.
You'd
So
be like, what's that dude's name from? What should I say? The old Mexican guy.
from what?
Who's the guy from
Oh, machete. Danny Trejo.
Yeah, Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo. Machete. Yeah, that'd be me. Now, melee is better because you don't have to worry about wasting ammo, but I don't like melee combat.
You're not pretty good. You think you're better with the guns and stuff?
Oh yeah, well, if you pick the perks, that's another thing. You can build your perks as you go. Like I picked one for VATS, so I get better fire and VATS, and I get like better. You can get better accuracy, better gunslinger. Your guns way less. It has sights, but it doesn't have a scope. You can add a scope later. See, that's another thing. I don't know if you have to have your gunsmith ability maxed out.
Well, I'm sure they're gonna have a like a sharpshooter perk and all this stuff.
Oh, there's a whole bunch. Yeah, my I had a bunch of sniper build in my last Fallout 4 build, and it's cool. But the thing is, enemies, I don't like to sneak. I like to just walk up and shoot them, but I also like to shoot from afar. And enemies don't care about that. If they're at you, I'm trying to favorite it to my there's this new hotkey thing. There's a wheel, and you got to pick your weapon that way. I don't want to do that. I got a mouse with buttons on the side. I just want to switch weapons that way, and I'm having trouble doing it. Especially since my two guns look the exact fucking same. I'm like, am I switching guns or am I just moving my hand like I'm switching? So
by the way, I was thinking about doing an article on it, but I figured you'd be like, Doug, I don't give a fuck next because they were, I guess apparently Fallout's not going to be on the Switch or whatever.
Yet. Doom's on it. Why not? Wolfenstein's on it.
Yeah, that's true. But there's an article where it's like it's not doable on the Switch or whatever.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, Nate, you and Doug both could get less about Nintendo,
yeah. Well, I like Nintendo, but not enough to buy anything they've got currently. I might buy a DS if I got one cheap enough, but it would have to be pretty cheap for me to give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't have I have nostalgia for the older systems, but meh. I didn't buy a Wii U and I don't want the Switch. I wouldn't mind when someone gave one for free.
Right.
But
I saw a Linus video of it. You could do kind of like the DS thing where you could play two games at once on it now. It was that powerful.
Yeah, don't say.
Yeah.
Well, I think we better wrap this thing up.
Wrap it up.
I'll take it. Wrap it up.
Well, thanks everybody for who's ever listening.
Frank and Ian, we're listening right now, not later.
I have a feeling that, there's probably it's probably more of a chance of a higher power listening, right?
Jesus doesn't listen to this show. Why would he? Let me.
Well, that's why I'm saying there's more of a chance of that.
Hold on. TNT episode. What are we on?
104 or 114. I'm sorry.
On podcast episode 114.
Yeah.
Trying to find our video. Dan, there's a bunch of podcasts named TNT. Well, no, these aren't named TNT at all. What the? Oh, wait. No, that's 41. Well, that's not what I want.
I caught it to talk of Nerds and Tech.
Hold on, let me just look up
Stopped
you.
abbreviating it.
I'll just go to your channel. Even though you're in my subscriptions, it's easier just to go to your fucking channel.
Yeah.
Pause. Let me see if there's any comments in the chat.
No, I don't think that there is.
No, Hitler's not in there. Okay.
Okay.
Well, anyway. Okay, thanks for coming on, everybody. Thanks to Ben and Solange and, Hope, Kitty.
Yeah, let me know if you want to do an extra podcast tomorrow.
Nah.
Tomorrow night.
Nah. No, tomorrow night I'm gaming, dog.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it. In case we get tired of gaming.
No. Well, no. I'll get tired. Dude, I sat up last night gaming. I sat up tonight doing this, and then I'm going to sit up tomorrow night gaming. I'm going to be tired. Tired.
I was just joking, man. It's like, I know that there's probably a better chance of planets aligning than you stopping to do a podcast.
There you go.
For something you've been waiting for like the whole year you've heard about Fallout?
I don't know when it was announced. I pre-ordered it like literally a month after they announced it. I was like, should I get it? And then I realized I couldn't get the edition with the helmet, and I said, fuck it. And I bought the Tricentennial edition.
Yeah.
If I spent $200 when it was announced, I could have got the fancy edition, but I'm not doing that because now scalpers are selling it for $300.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm not giving money to a scalper, man.
Nah, that's stupid. I don't care about the helmet. I mean, it's a life-size helmet, so it's as big as my actual head. What am I gonna do? Put that next to my Wolfenstein thing? And
you're gonna wear it?
No. But like, I do want the map. You wouldn't know. They got a map that glows in the fucking dark. But I don't care about that.
So
I might though. I might get it and put it up on the wall.
You paint that shit. Glow in the dark,
I could. I need to get a poster and then just paint it with glow in the dark paint. It glows in the fucking dark. I got posters now I gotta hang up now that I think about it. Anyway, thanks for watching the show, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, boobs, and all that shit. All that shite.
Oops.
Shot a scissor up. By the way, turn in next week to see see if Frank can guess what flavor of ice Ian's drinking next.
Pea water.
Maybe. Tune in.